Hello to all of you amazing web slingers. Welcome to Livin on the Edge, the podcast all about... I fucked it up, god damn it. Okay, I'll leave this in for funsies, because it's fun.
All right.
Hello to all of you amazing web slingers. Welcome to Livin on the Edge, the podcast all about our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My name is Alec. I'm one of your hosts. You can follow me at @_the_smart_Alec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. I'm the other host. You can follow me at Redo Reviews or BMDRLR on.
You cut out a bit. Can you repeat that again?
Damn it. I'm the other host. I'm Brian. You can follow me at Redo Reviews or BMDRLR on Twitter.
Honestly, like I can never tell if Craig is not going to pick that up, or if it's just I'm not picking it up on my end, because it goes either way.
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, follow him. If you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go to @LOTE_podcast. If you want to follow on Comics Ground on Twitter, you can go to @OnComicsGround. Hold on, got a burp. Okay. And if you go to our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. So, Brian, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. You?
I'm doing good. I've finally started working again. Been making a lot of money, which is good. I have a big paycheck coming tomorrow, so I'm very happy about that. I'm coming for the PS5, and nobody can fucking stop me. I am going to have enough money to pre-order that thing when it fucking gets revealed later this month, whenever that is.
Yeah, I think the rumors was it Gamescom or something?
I don't know. I don't know if that was circulating, but like it might have. I was thinking that's what I was thinking, just because that's where they revealed the price in 2013 for not the price, the release date for PS4 in 2013. They revealed that at Gamescom, and probably either that. One other thing said that they had another event scheduled for later this month.
Oh, like another State of Play thing?
Not State of Play, just another PS5 event. Which, I mean, I guess the PS5 reveal was kind of a State of Play, but
it was some kind of showcase.
Better than the State of Play we actually got.
It's literally the only good showcase they've had in a year.
What'd you think of that State of Play that came out recently? We're talking about the State of Play that came out at the beginning of August, not whatever. We don't know when y'all will be hearing this. Considering the topic of this episode, y'all might be hearing this at the beginning of September, and by then maybe the price and release date will be revealed by then. So
right.
Who knows?
As far as we know, by the time this episode comes out, we will all have PS5s.
Yeah.
Or I may end up getting a gaming PC instead. Who knows?
I don't think I could ever go to PC. I just used a gaming PC for stuff I couldn't play on a console. Yeah, to be honest,
I missed Halo too much, man. I don't know why, but the past couple of months, but weeks, I've just been I gotta get back into Halo.
Do it for Craig.
I will do it for Craig, that beautiful baby boy.
Reject humanity, return to monkey. I love that. I love that fucking meme so much.
It's the best. I have gone back and rewatched the Halo Infinite gameplay demo, and yeah, honestly, aside from the textures just not being up to par, I'm super hyped.
I thought the gameplay looks fun.
Yeah, it looks like Halo, but with some new shit, like the grappling hook.
But sprint. No. Okay. Why do Halo players hate sprint again?
Something about the map size. It's Like, the map sizes in like 1, 2, and 3, you didn't really need to sprint, but 4 and 5, they kept the map sizes basically the same, but now you can run.
So that makes them feel smaller.
It's something like that, which who gives a shit?
I don't know.
Like, I got lots of beef with Halo 4 and 5. The inclusion of a sprint button is not one of them.
I don't know. I don't like. I'm not in the sphere of no with, but like, I thought the gameplay looked good. Obviously, I think the graphics don't really look next gen, and I feel like again, graphics are not everything, as we'll talk about in like a not with the main topic, but with a bit of news in a bit. Graphics aren't everything, but like it wasn't their best foot forward for showing this is what 12 teraflops and 120 frames per second is capable of.
Yeah, like the problem isn't really with how it looks itself. It's Microsoft has spent the past however many months hyping up that this is the most powerful console ever made, and then their big flagship title, and it looks okay.
Like it looks like a game from 2015, which is not bad because 2015 games look good, but like it's not revolutionary. I think don't mean to regurgitate viewpoints as some people do, because I try to form my own opinions. But I think Donkey said it best, where it's like it looks like a fun game. Like it'll be a lot of fun to play, might even be really good. But it does not look like a groundbreaking, revolutionary title that Xbox needs to have.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this doesn't look. The big problem I had was during the showcase of it. Hang on one sec.
Oh,
one sec.
Intermission time. So how about that coronavirus? Any of you guys got coronavirus yet? Oh, hi.
All right. Yep, sorry about that. So what I was saying is like the big problem with like the Halo Infinite showcase was all those parts where the guy playing it was clearly like slowly looking around trying to show off how pretty it is.
Yeah.
Like when he first steps out of the ship and when he's on the elevator and it's like, look how gorgeous it is, and it's like, it looks fine.
Doesn't look as pretty as the box art.
No. But on the plus side, Master Chief finally looks like Master Chief again. So
I dig his armor.
It's my favorite look for him so far. The only part I'm not big on is the big 117 on the chest.
Which I think the way they could have made it better is if they had it on both shoulders instead.
Yeah, like give it more symmetry, kind of.
Yeah. So that way the chest is clear.
Yeah, because like,
wasn't there some book? This might have been a joke, but wasn't there some book saying that the Spartan suits or whatever they're called, are they called the Spartan suits?
They're called like Mjolnir or something.
Mjolnir suits. Wasn't there some book that said it basically like this is gross, but like
I know what you're gonna bring up. I know what it is.
Isn't it like it jerks you off pretty much?
All right. So as it turns out, that is a common misconception. That's not actually the case, because Spartans from like age 10 have their fucking sex drives just so like you can't get jerked off anymore.
Oh, so basically Master Chief is just nothing going on down there.
The man does not get hard except for battle.
all the guys who had their Cortana are like, no.
Yeah. Oh man. God, Cortana got real stupid in 5.
What?
Cortana got really stupid in Halo 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me about that. She became evil, but then it turned out it wasn't actually Cortana in like a book.
Something like that. It's really weird, and I don't get it. Also, I guess the villain in Halo 5 somehow. What?
I don't know. Halo 5 just seems like a mess.
it is a complete mess from beginning to end, with the biggest problem being you play as Master Chief for like 3 missions. And then you play as this new guy that no one gives a shit about. Right.
It's The Last of Us Part 2, but worse.
But way worse.
At least The Last of Us Part 2 still has you play as Ellie for the majority of it.
Right? And then gets stuck with a guy named... No one cares. He's just some guy. Like, he was in the Master Chief Collect. I'm sorry I'm going on this big Halo rant. I love Halo. But in the Master Chief Collection, the Halo 2 got like a huge remaster. So like all the cutscenes have been replaced with like brand new fucking gorgeous looking cutscenes. And when you open it, when you first start it, it opens with a scene that it wasn't in Halo 5, but it should have been. It's basically this like Locke meets with the Arbiter, the character in Halo, and he like talks to him about like, I'm hunting these Chief, and he's like, hey, how'd you guys meet anyway? And the Arbiter's like, oh, hang on, let me tell you. And then Halo 2 happens. Like, and then he tells Locke the tale of Halo where they meet. And Spartan Locke has personality in that alone than any moment in Halo. Where he should cut out during all.
Yeah.
Locke had more personality in like this one opening scene of Halo 2 than scene in Halo
5. Is Locke the guy you play as in Halo 5?
Yeah. It's also, Halo 5 was made into a squad-based game where there's 3 other characters.
But sounds like a game we're going to talk about. Not the main game, but in the news section.
Yeah, where none of those characters matter to the story in the least. They're just here to explain a gameplay mechanic that no one complained about, which was in all the other games where you did co-op. Suddenly there's like 4. Like, no one cared about that. But for some reason in Halo 5, they're like, we found it was a huge problem for players that the immersion was ruined because there were these 3 other Master Chiefs running around. And it's like, no one cared. No one complained about that. Why did you include 6 characters that no one knows or gives a shit about? Only one of them is from another game, and he doesn't act anything like he did in that game.
It's 343, like 343 branched off from Bungie, right?
Something like that.
But now, like, the only thing they make is Halo, right?
I believe it is the only game that they make.
That is, I've heard some recent horror stories about the behind-the-scenes stuff in 343.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Because of the creative director of Halo Infinite the year before the game came out.
Right? Wasn't there a thing? I know it was a thing for a game where like the creative director is like, there will be no microtransactions or anything of any kind, and then like a week later he got fired.
Anthem, I think.
It might have been Anthem.
It sounds like
Anthem was such a mess. I'm so mad.
I didn't touch it at all whatsoever because I'm like, this is EA. I'm not.
Oh, same. I didn't touch it with like a 10-foot pole. I was just to it because it looked cool, and then it came out and it's not even finished. Shit. And it's like, but you can fly though. Oh.
Okay, 10 out of 10. Bob Dylan of video.
Woo.
That's why it was called Project Dylan, because they were like, this is going to be the Bob Dylan of video games.
Oh, no. All right. My Halo rant is over. We can continue.
Yeah. The console wars are fucking stupid, but
they're awful.
I just do not think Xbox is going to survive the winter.
No, that's why I'm gunning for PC instead. Because Halo's on PC now, so suck it.
Xbox is going to go the way of Sega eventually. Like, slowly but surely they will. And that's not a bad thing. That's just how it is.
Honestly, I feel like either they're going to go the way of Sega or they're just going to make fucking PCs. Because they're basically making PC games already.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they're probably going to shift focus to making like Xbox brand PCs or something.
They definitely will. I could see them doing that in like 2 years.
Yeah, like the fucking the sex box is basically a PC tower already.
Can't get over that. I fucking can't get over that.
They
had the optimized for Xbox Series X sticker on like all the boxes, and it looked horrible. Then they finally took them off.
Yeah, because your fans are like, "What the fuck is this? Terrible! What are you doing, Microsoft? What are you doing?"
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. The recent state of play was all right. They said what to expect, which I respect them for.
Yeah, they were like, "This is gonna be a smaller one. It's gonna focus mainly on like third party and indie shit."
But we got the holy grail. We got Bug Snacks, baby.
That game fucking still horrible.
There were people on the stream chat legitimately being like, "This sucks, L," because of Bug Snacks. I'm like, why do you hate this? It's like it's
I hate it because it's fine.
But like, people hate it just because they're like, "Give us GTA 6."
Oh yeah, no, those people.
It's a bad conference if we don't get GTA 6. There were so many comments saying GTA 6, and I'm like, no.
We are never getting a GTA 6
in our lifetime. Maybe in like 2130, but not now.
Like as long as Rockstar owns the IP of GTA, we are never getting anything beyond GTA 5.
Just because they keep adding to GTA 5.
They will keep fucking duct taping those servers to hold them together until the end of the.
God, but yeah, no, it was interesting. They showed Godfall, and it looks fun, but I do not want to give Pitchfork any money.
Exactly, I don't like it. It looks fine, but it's not my thing. And also, fuck Randy Pitchford.
Yeah, I still don't know how. Like, I mean, I know how, but I'm just like, why is he still fucking in charge of Gearbox? Like, why? Everything that happened with Aliens Colonial Marine should have warranted firing. Even more so after all the child porn allegations. Like,
remember when they put that into Borderlands 3 as a joke?
They did. No, they fucking didn't.
You're
shitting with me.
There is a quest in Borderlands 3 where your mission is to grab a flash drive with child porn on it.
Oh my fucking! I want to kill Randy Pitchford now.
It's oh boy. Also, I'm just gonna say the only good Borderlands game is the Telltale one.
Someone throw Randy Pitchford into the fucking gulag.
Right. Like, also, Telltale can get fucked, but they made the only good Borderlands game.
Ugh, God.
And then 3 fucked it up.
Okay. No more Randy Pitchford. We're never gonna bring up Randy Pitchford again.
Don't worry. I'll bring him up in other shit. I'll bring him up after we stop recording.
Yeah. Well, I've had a productive week. Like I said, I've started working again, been making money. They also finally got Ghost of Tsushima.
Hey.
Which did you finish it?
I have.
Okay. I haven't finished it. I've only gotten to the second act. I've been doing mostly just open world stuff. Yeah. Not really the side missions, but basically like clearing out all the camps and doing all the fox dens and
yeah.
Why are there so many fucking fox dens? Like everything else, there's only like 18. For this one, there's like 48. Like,
yeah, there's a lot. It gets kind of ridiculous.
at least you get to pet the fox. Well,
you do. And
sometimes it won't let you. Sometimes the fox will just disappear before you can pet it.
Yeah.
But I try to do the bamboo strikes, all the shrines, all the all the hot springs stuff where you see Jin's naked ass.
Yeah, and you get health from it.
Yeah. It's a fun game. I like it. I like it a lot. The standoff mechanic still really, I love it. I love it so much.
It's the best, and it gets graded over the course of the game.
Yeah, I just left off when I got the Sakai armor.
Yeah.
With is that the armor he wears on the cover?
No, it is a different one.
Is it one you get later on?
Yes, the blacksmith guy makes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
so he makes you your own armor and your own mask?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, which the mask is based on the Sakai mask, but it's got like extra stuff on it.
Okay.
So it looks a little different, but it's the same kind of deal.
Yeah. I got the deluxe edition and it came with a mask. And it has a fucking goatee on it. And like, that looks so goofy. I'm not gonna wear that.
Yeah,
like, I don't like. There's some masks that have like a goatee or a mustache, and I'm like, it's not gonna strike fear into the enemies. It's not gonna strike fear into the Mongol. Like, oh, it's the ghost of Tsushima. No, it's gonna make them laugh. But no, I love the standoff mechanic. I like the combat a lot.
The combat's super fun.
There's so much shit in it, like all the fucking throwable weapons, all the arrows stuff, and like all the stances. Like, yeah,
like it's so good. Just switching off like stances in the middle of battle, where it's like, okay, there's a sword guy, I'll use stone. Oh, there's a guy with a shield, I'll switch to water. Just hit that. Like, it's so useful.
Yeah, and now you called me insane for this.
Yes, I did. I know exactly what you're gonna bring up.
The graphics are the weirdest. It's the weirdest case of inconsistency I have seen in a video game. Because sometimes it will look stunning, like absolutely, like this is some of the best the PS4 has ever been able to do. And then other times it looks like a PS3 game. And it's hard. And like, again, I have said this many times, graphics do not matter in the grand scheme of things. But like, sometimes the face models, especially the ones with a lot of hair dangling, they look really they look like late PS3, early PS4. And this is what made you say I was insane. I said some of the infamous Second Son models look a bit better than.
Yeah, that was like, okay, I'm putting my foot down. You're crazy.
I'm just respect my opinion, man.
No, I will do no such thing.
Like, okay, the game still looks really good. When it looks good, it looks fucking phenomenal. But like.
No, I understand like what you mean, that there are some parts where it's like, okay, that the textures aren't quite loading correctly here, doesn't quite right.
Nowhere near as bad as Jedi Fallen Order, I will say that for certain.
Oh man, that game was such a fucking mess at launch.
It's a great game, but graphically
it is amazing, but man, there were lots of problems.
Yeah. But
I think I fell through the floor like twice. Rough.
Yeah, that happened to me too. Like that happened to me in Doom 2016. Also, I died like 3 times because I fell through the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I think and you brought this up to me at one point. It's like, well, clearly a lot of the budget went to the wind mechanic. which
Yeah,
it definitely did.
The wind and the leaves that are falling from every tree, plant, and everything all over the continent.
And because of that, it kind of makes me wish that they went for a more stylized look instead of photorealistic.
Yeah, like I get what you mean there. The big thing they wanted to really push was this is a fucking Kurosawa movie in video game form.
Yeah,
We want to look like a Kurosawa.
Yeah, which I mean, they have one of their modes is called Kurosawa mode,
Yes.
where it's black and white and has film grain.
Yes.
So
which is it looks better when you go into the options and turn on dramatic contrast, where like colors are more saturated and everything. So when you go into the Kurosawa mode, the whites are whiter and the blacks are blacker, so everything like stands out more.
Yeah. Maybe I'll play that at some point in another playthrough, but
yeah, I'm probably gonna put on Kurosawa mode next time I play.
I really do like it. I think the story is interesting. The missions themselves in the main campaign are kind of like it's kind of weird because it feels like the side stuff lets you be more flexible with the combat than the main missions do. And I get why, but I also am kind of like, I just find myself wanting to play the side stuff more than the main stuff. But I'm really enjoying it, and I will finish it soon. I'm gonna take tomorrow off after working a lot so I can finally play this fucking thing more.
Yeah, like I'll say, Masako is the best.
I love Masako. Yeah, I love her.
She's the best, and she gets even better in Act 2 because of one of her missions.
I haven't played her missions in Act 2 yet.
Okay, I'm not going to say nothing, but she's great.
I already loved her from Act 1. Like, she's such a versatile and cool character.
Right.
And I'm really happy that they don't use the excuse of this being ancient Japan as an excuse for being borderline sexist with representation of female characters.
Right. It's just like, nah, she's badass. She beats everyone.
Like, literally half the cast is female characters, and they're all fighters too. Like, they're all warriors.
Right. It's the best.
Like, because there's too many stuff in media that use the excuse of it being ancient times. Like, this is like, oh, it's not like we are. It's not like we're sexist. It's just, that's ancient times. It's like, okay, cool, but like in ancient times there were, shit tons of women warriors. Like, don't pretend like look at fucking ancient Greece in a nutshell. Ancient Greece had gay people, like, completely. Zeus was fucking men left and right. We all know it.
Yeah, like, it's really weird to think about how ancient Greece was actually like surprisingly progressive with a lot of shit.
Yeah. And then
like, even in fucking Sparta, like the women were taught how to fight and shit.
Yeah.
Like, and were like kind of respected almost.
Wow, what a concept, right?
Right? We could never do that today.
No. It would just get called political.
Yeah.
But
stop trying to politicize my ancient civilizations, bro. With your whammon.
Oh God, never say whammon again, please. I never want to hear anyone say that again. Okay. Anyway, Ghost of Tsushima is very fun. I look forward to finishing it. So, Spider-Man, right? Okay.
And we even have an agenda this time.
And it wasn't as bad as as last episode.
No. So to continue that, let's move.
Yeah, okay. We have some big news. So first, let me pull up my agenda. I'm sorry.
Man, even I'm more prepared than you right now. And I've been spending half of... And I've been spending half...
Sorry.
What are you going to say?
I said you sound like a Last of Us character talking like that. Okay. Okay,
I'm more prepared than you, and I've been spending half this time looking at the other Discord chat right now.
Thanks. I guess I'm that boring. Okay.
No, you're not.
Okay. So, we have some big news. This was announced last week from when we were recording this. Game is probably already out by this point. But they announced. Sorry, there's crime happening. Okay. So they announced that Spider-Man is coming to Marvel's Avengers, but only on PlayStation.
Yeah, let's say as a PlayStation exclusive character.
And you think it's like, okay, it's going to be the Insomniac Spidey. No, it's going to be a totally new Spidey.
Yeah, it's
still going to be. It's going to be Peter Parker, but it's going to be a new interpretation of him.
Yeah. It's going to be another one because we don't have enough.
No, we we need to make more exclusive. We have Thomas Holland. We have Yuri Lowenthal. We have Yuri Lowenthal again, but in Ultimate 3. And now
Robbie Damon.
We don't talk about him. And now we'll have whoever.
If he voices him in Avengers game, I'm gonna so.
I really hope. Like, part of me is like, he might, because some of the voice actors for the characters in the game are the voice actors for the characters on the show.
Yeah, like Thor and Black Widow in particular.
No, Captain America and Black Widow.
No, Thor too. Travis Willingham.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, same voice from the cartoon.
It's funny, Travis Willingham also voiced Reggie in Infamous Second Son. And Troy Baker voices Bruce Banner, who voiced him in Infamous Second Son. Who voiced Delson.
Oh, yeah.
I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Okay, so he's coming in 2021, and they were talking about how they were being inspired by all these different comics, which I like reading the article because it shows that they're putting a lot of thought into how they're going to do this version of Spidey.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, and what do you expect from it, or what do you hope for from it?
Well, I'm happy that he's in the game at all, but I just really think the concept of console exclusive characters is scummy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that. Like, I understand exclusive games, but characters, I don't like that. Like, especially if you're like just a fan of like all in general, then if you want every character, you better get both versions, which is just shitty.
Well, maybe you should just be rich and get a PS4. No, I'm kidding.
Look, I'm working on getting a PC, man. I've been looking at eBay and shit. There's parts that I need.
No.
I am probably just gonna buy like a pre-made one and then.
Yeah, you're not gonna do the Henry Cavill thing and just stream yourself building a PC with your muscle shirt on.
No. For one thing, I need to go get a muscle shirt.
I love that meme of him like gamer chair that's spread around.
He's just sitting in there with the headset on.
I need to put that over the scene where it's like Joel is surrounded by the Salt Crew gang. I'm not supposed to. It's like, oh god, no, Henry, look. That's all this meme where it's like girls went time traveling. Oh, I'm your granddaughter. And grandma's like, oh wow, really? And then boys went time traveling. Joel, bro, look out.
Look out. I think my favorite of the Henry Cavill one is when it's in Minecraft and it's like, wait, Henry, no, don't dig straight down. Don't do it, Henry, no.
Oh god. Remember when Minecraft was perceived as cringe? Like the way Fortnite is perceived now?
Right? It's like it went through the cycle of this is the greatest game ever made by man to if you play it, you're just a cringy little child to actually it's pretty cool again.
Yeah, it's like
And I'm sure
Fortnite's
Fortnite's going through the exact same shit.
Yeah, it by the time the next thing comes out, Fortnite will have. Remember when we thought Remember when we thought PUBG was going to be the big thing, and then
Right.
just kind
And
of
then
faded.
because it wasn't finished, and it will never be finished. Because
It's funny because
Fortnite just has everything in that game but better anyway.
it's funny because like Fortnite, its original thing was just like the fighting against zombies thing.
Yeah, that was the main mode, and the battle royale was a side thing.
Yeah, because I remember watching E3 2017 for Fortnite, and I'm like, this looks fine. It won't become anything big. It'll just be some online thing that some people will play and it'll fade into obscurity. But no, as soon as they added Battle Royale, it became the biggest fucking game on the planet. When will they put Spider-Man in Fortnite? Who knows?
It's only a matter of time.
They have emotes in Avengers. Just
they do. Really
want them to put the default dance in. But yeah, no, I think console exclusive characters are just not good. It should not be a thing. But
no.
But obviously I get why it is, because Sony probably paid a shit ton of money and just like, look, for games that are on the main consoles, we can only have Spider-Man because of rights and stuff. And also probably it has to do with their deal with Marvel.
Yeah.
Which some would say, well, what about Ultimate Alliance 3? That was before they had to renegotiate their deal.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. It could be a thing where, Spidey leaves the MCU, and then after negotiated everything, it could have been now Spider-Man is like a Sony exclusive character.
For games and stuff?
Yeah, like they got the game license now or something.
Yeah. Which I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like everything had to have been on that, and we just don't know about the rest of the details yet.
Yeah, like the thing is, we know literally nothing about what this deal actually is.
God, it's almost been a year. It's almost been a year since that whole thing happened.
Right, it's almost been a year since Spidey Twitter fucking nuked it.
It's been a year since I was playing Ultimate Spider-Man on my PS2, and then I was on the final level, and I just checked my phone and I saw the news, and I just turned off the game and fell on bed into a state of depression.
Oof.
God, it's so weird, but anyway, I look forward to seeing what they do. I have this weird theory. It's not. I wouldn't say it's weird, but it's like a kind of out there theory. When they say it's going to be their own unique take, I'm wondering if they'll have Peter Parker be a person of color.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know why I feel that way, but okay, I need to look up this person's act because I need to tag them. I need to tag them here talking about this. So there is this artist that has their own Spidey universe called the Makeoververse.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. They're great.
Yeah, and they have their Peter is a person of color. I think he's Indian in this one.
I believe.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't mean to sound. Yeah. Okay. The @ is Makeoververse on Twitter, and the artist's @ on Twitter is Max is Drawing. So go follow them. Go to Makeoververse because it's
like
they just shared this new piece of art on the 4th. I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Hold on. It's really nice. Well, yeah. But no, like after seeing them, like I really want a POC Peter Parker now.
Right? That'd be neat. Like, also, I just want to say that, yeah, I
love her. I love their Mary Jane design so much.
It's so good. Also, I fucking love their Ben Riley.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Like the Scarlet Spider, and it's different shades of red. Like,
yeah,
that's so good.
And also, so it's like they have Miles, and I think they said Gwen in their universe is Asian.
It might She might be.
I remember because I found their art on Tumblr initially.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Oh, I was looking at, I found the Mayday one, and she has the Ben Riley suit, but it's like taped up to fit her.
Yeah.
Like, that's so good.
Y'all need to follow them because their art
They're
is fantastic.
seriously, their work is super.
I just if the game just put their Peter Parker in, I'd be like, okay, my life complete.
That would be the coolest shit.
I know it won't happen, but like I'd love it. But like it's very clear they're gonna. Do you think they're gonna have teenage Peter Parker?
I want to say they're probably going to go for adult.
I feel like they might, but
if only because of Kamala.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm just like, we already have adult Peter Parker in PS4 and in Ultimate Alliance, and I'm just like, everyone on Twitter is like, a lot of Spidey Twitter, of course, campaigns for adult Peter Parker because they're sick of teenage Peter Parker. I'm like, I want to see a teenage Peter Parker that's different from MCU Peter Parker. Like,
yeah,
maybe he's more different from Kamala, where he's like not head over heels for the Avengers.
Yeah, like he doesn't give a shit about all that. He just wants to do his thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder what the suit is going to look like. That's my main thing.
Yeah, that's where I'm most curious. Is like, what are they going to do in terms of?
Because, I mean, like, y'all can say whatever you want about the Avengers design. They did not fuck up Kamala's design.
Oh, Kamala looks perfect.
And I'd argue that Iron Man's suit is really good.
Yeah, I like it. Like,
it's a good combination.
It took me a minute to get used to the helmet, but once I did, the rest just kind of fell into.
I think like the suit is like a good version, a good like variant on the MCU suit, but the helmet is like a good variant on the comics helmet, and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Also, that armor that's like the gold sleeves and the gold legs, I need to get that.
Right. I need that, and I need like the white armor.
Yeah, which I feel like that'll be given in a mission. They showed that in the E3 trailer last year.
Yeah, I'm sure you like automatically get it in a story mission.
Yeah. But I actually played the beta because I pre-ordered the game the day after I found out that Spider-Man was going to be in it.
Yeah,
I'm a simple man. I was already eyeing it.
Yeah, no, I trust me. I was doing the same thing.
But then they were like Spider-Man. I'm like, okay, I'll just go ahead and do it.
Right. It's like, okay, I have no reason to it.
But so I pre-ordered it and I played. Funny story. Did you see my Twitter the day that happened? Where I broke into Square Enix's servers and
I think I remember.
On Tuesday, what is today? On Tuesday, August 4th, I probably was not the first one to do this. I'm not going to be vain and be like, no, I was the first one. But I downloaded the beta after I pre-ordered, and I opened it up just for shits and giggles, and somehow it let me play. It let me play A-Day. Like
you basically had access to the game.
Yeah, and I kept trying to tell Twitter, and people were like, "No, it's fake. Stop bullshitting." And I was like, "No, it's real. Let me fucking record this and show you."
Yeah.
And then more people found out that they could play, and then after like 20 minutes, Square Enix put in a patch and locked us out.
Yeah, which I think what happened was, and this is apparently like a pretty common thing, is the beta testers, like before the beta was supposed to go live, they turned on the servers for themselves to try to like test it out and make sure it works, but they accidentally turned it on for everyone.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
so after about 20 minutes of Hey, let's see what's going on Twitter. Oh God, everyone can play it. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Yeah.
We fucked up. We're so fired.
I don't know, because I would have thought I would have seen someone else talking about it before me. But I mean, there probably was. This is me trying to hold on to my one thing. Being like,
yeah, I do think that there was a there. I do believe I follow one of the people I'm mutuals with was able to play the beta that day for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think I played for like 10 minutes. I played Thor's section, I played Iron Man's section, and then right as Hulk was getting out of the Quinjet, it took me out, and I was like, okay, fuck you, no, you don't get to play this early. But
like, okay, hold up, you're not supposed to have this yet.
Yeah, but then last Friday I booted up the beta, was able to finish 8A. The campaign stuff you do for it is you play 8A. You play this mission with Hulk and Kamala, which is in the Pacific Northwest jungle.
Yep.
And you're trying to find Jarvis.
Yeah, you're trying to... Aren't you getting to, like, was it the Chimera, the helicarrier, or is it a different thing?
No, you were already at the Chimera. This is like the road trip thing they did in the RV that was shown in the Kamala trailer.
Okay, so, like, this is just some other, like, secret base or something?
Yeah, this is like this was a Stark base that AIM took over.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Which the beta revealed some interesting stuff. It showed that George Charlatan was on the Chimera with Cap when it crashed. And the trailer shown last month kind of indicates that he was the one who crashed it and left Cap to die. So it showed some interesting stuff, but
yeah,
basically, what?
I was just thinking of there's a character that was in that I remember from the beta. He was a news reporter. Phil Sheldon.
Yeah,
he was there. He's from Marvels, which is just a great book by Kurt Busiek. And
is he the main character from Marvels?
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool! I didn't know that.
Yeah, his whole thing was he was like a big, he was a reporter or a photographer, years and years.
And then the death of Gwen Stacy is what made him hate superheroes.
Yeah, since the original Human Torch from way back then, he's been in these superheroes, which in that book they were called the Marvel, which I love.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man failed to save Gwen, and it broke his admiration for.
That's so cool because because of the context of this story for Avengers.
Yeah, and the best part is in the game and in the comic,
he has an eye patch.
Yeah, he lost his eye at one point during. I think in the comic it was during Invaders when Cap, Namor, and Human Torch were trying to stop some kind of invasion or something.
Yeah.
His eye got injured, his camera or something, and it fucked up his eye. I'm trying to remember the exact. All I know is he was the wedding photographer for the Fantastic Four, so that was.
I think that's so cool considering the story of Avengers of the game is how the world it just does not like superheroes anymore, and
yeah,
and also I like that he works for the Daily Bugle.
Yep, which he did. He was actually he worked with Jameson during the Human Torch thing.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do with Daily Bugle and Spider, because they are setting it up very clearly. I think in the New York map of the beta, for the one Warzone mission or Drop Zone or whatever it's called, it had a Spider-Man Easter egg in one of the windows.
Oh, that's cool.
So I wonder what they're gonna do with that, but hold on, I got a burp. So it's a mission where you're in the Pacific Northwest trying to find Jarvis. You play as Hulk for the first bit, then you play as Kamala for a bit, and then you have the Abomination boss battle, and it's a scene where Hulk just smashes him, telling him to shut up, and I'm like,
it's the best.
That's a reaction video I'm going to use now from now on.
Right, it's so good.
But you do a couple more things, and then after you do like one kind of multiplayer mission, but it's for the campaign as like an example of player mission is. You do some stuff, and then it just is like, okay, now the rest is just side stuff and multiplayer stuff. But I really liked the beta. I really liked what I played. It was very fun. Every character has their own advantages and disadvantages, which I think are interesting. I'm definitely going to be a Kamala main because she is so much fun to play as. The way she swings off of stuff and
it's fun. I like that.
And like, I like that you have like a projectile button, like with the triggers.
And it's just stretching your hand and like.
Yeah. I like for Thor, it's his hammer. For Tony, it's his repulsors. For Cap, it's his shield. For Black Widow, it's for pistols. For Hulk, he just tears a piece out of the ground and chucks it at whoever.
Yeah, as he should.
And for Kamala, it's just her firing her fist at people, which I love.
Yeah, it's so fun.
But it's very fun. I recommend it. It's gotten some heat because a lot of people are like, games as a service is bad, and I'm like, this game at least is upfront about what it is. It's not trying to be like Anthem, where it's like, oh, it's not going to be this, don't worry, and then it turns out to be that.
Yeah, I can give the games of service thing credit in this case where they're being honest about it.
And they're like, we want to hear back from you guys and like improve and add new stuff. That's why it's games as a service and not. Pretty much everything is going to be free except for some skins, which I'm fine with because I don't really care about skins that much.
Yeah,
unless they're really cool.
Yeah,
if they're really cool, then I'll get them.
Unless they look awesome, in which case I'm snagging them.
Mm-hmm.
Spend my $500 on fucking digital costumes.
Chad wouldn't wipe his ass for $600.
Oh man, Overwatch has legitimately ruined people's because of that shit.
I remember. Do you remember Chad Warden?
Yeah.
I remember when the Gwen. If y'all don't follow the Gwenpool account on Twitter, like you have to. She is one of the best accounts on Twitter. But like on the Sony, on the day of the PS5 reveal, she just tweeted, "Where is he today?" And it's a picture of Chad Warden. I don't know why. I just remembered that and I loved it. But I really love the beta and I'm excited for the game. I got a notification today saying that I'll be able to pick up my pre-order a few days early because if you pre-order the deluxe edition, you get to play it a few days early. So I'm very excited for that.
Oh yeah, I remember you get to play 3 days early or something?
Yeah, 2 to 3 days early. So I'm excited. Also, if you pre-order from Best Buy, you get this really cool steelbook for free. So,
nice.
If you're going to pre-order, do that. But no, I think games as a service can be good if the point is that you're going to constantly give free updates, which is what they said they are doing. Every additional hero will be free. Every new expansion will be free. The only stuff that will cost money is skins, and I don't. Like I said, it's just cosmetics. If you feel it's worth it, go for it. But if it's not, then don't do it. But no, I'm excited for this game. I'm hoping it's going to be really good. The campaign has a lot of promise. And the co-op multiplayer seems to be pretty fun. So it makes me wonder what they're going to do with Spidey in the game and how his gameplay is going to be. Because I feel like Kamala's traversal has to be a bit of a blueprint for his.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be similarities there.
I just hope it isn't like Ultimate Alliance and other stuff where it's just he swings on nothing.
Yeah, that'd be annoying.
I'd like it to have some depth to it.
You mean like the game we're going to be talking about soon?
Yeah. Clearly not as expansive, but you know.
No.
But yeah, so that's exciting. I hope they reveal more about him soon because I'm very curious to see what they do with him. Or other bit of news. This was just announced today. Marvel is looking for a Joel Kinnaman type for an undisclosed role in Spider-Man 3. It's
so
gonna be Craven,
right? Yeah, okay, good. We're on the same page.
Yeah, it's gotta be Craven. Like, who else is gonna be? Like,
yeah, I don't. There's Craven.
Like, I know it doesn't indicate that they are looking specifically for Joel Kinnaman. They're looking for a type, but Joel Kinnaman would be interesting as Craven.
Yeah,
I think he's a good actor when he can be. He was actually one of the best parts of Suicide Squad, in my opinion.
Right?
He had actual like depth and stuff.
Yeah, he like. God, that movie.
The movie was terrible, but he was. I'm actually glad he's returning in.
Yeah, my favorite part of Suicide Squad is how the Enchantress's brother was supposed to be Steppenwolf originally.
It was supposed to be Steppenwolf,
and that's why their designs are so fucking similar.
Oh.
Like, it was going to be Steppenwolf, but then Justice League was actually going to do the Apocalypse shit. So Warner Bros. Told David Ayer, you can't do that. So he's like, then it's this guy. They changed the model. I think they say that name maybe twice.
I don't even know if they even say it once.
It might just be in the credits.
I don't know, but basically, I think he'd be really fun as Craven. But I think it's clear they're going to go for a bounty hunter type.
Yeah, I was talking with Ari on Twitter about it, and some other guy, I forget, where I think the route that they should go is he should be a bounty hunter, but being like a big game hunter should definitely be a big part of his background.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, he moved on from hunting animals, hunting people to try to get like a worthy challenge or something.
Yeah, and like he could have like a very tactical suit, but he needs to have the lion jacket.
He needs the jacket. Like, I will take nothing less of the shirtless man with the lion jacket vest.
Like, it's never been so much clear who the villain has to be.
Honestly, this is the clearest it's ever been. Because, like, I remember when Jake Gyllenhaal was cast, people were throwing different ideas around of who he could be. Like, Mysterio was the biggest one, but, there were plenty of other choices.
The main one did say Mysterio. Like, the main articles, like, from Variety and others said Mysterio.
Okay.
Which I was like, I didn't expect that, but I'm very happy about that. Because I low-key wanted him in Homecoming.
Right. Like, I'm so glad Mysterio got to be in a movie. I'm so happy.
And he's gonna come back. We know he's gonna come back.
Oh, he's fine. He'll get up.
Yeah. But as
soon as Peter like dropped off like the Tower Bridge or whatever to go kiss MJ, Quentin just like wakes up and just slowly like backs away.
You mean on the Tower Bridge with the awful, god awful CGI in the background, the devil's visual effects. How dare they use a blue screen for Dimitri for one shot that was done well after filming for the actual set piece? How dare they? They're so lazy. What? I don't know how special effects work in the industry. What are you talking about?
I don't understand film Twitter. I just don't. I don't want to.
I tweeted all about that last night, but I was just like,
same. I mentioned it myself at some point where it's like people are still getting heartbroken over the concept of CGI in big blockbuster movies.
Especially when the context is it was for a shot.
It was literally a reshoot after like most of the movie was done.
Like, I'm not gonna name names because that's not how I am. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, but, no, that'd be a dick move.
Yeah, but I just think it's interesting how some people who claim to be boast might be a harsh word, but basically just tout a lot about being a young filmmaker who clearly don't understand how the industry works, especially for big studio films that use a lot of visual effects, whether they be practical and CGI.
Yeah, like it's just how it is.
Like you can't be all pretentious about that and expect being a filmmaker to go swimmingly. Anyway, that's enough of that. No.
So Craven's the villain of the movie.
Yeah, Craven's definitely the villain, and
I think one of the suggestions I saw for who it could be was Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
That would be good. That would be really good.
Yeah, for those who have no clue who I'm talking about, he's the guy who played Negan in the Walking Dead show.
There are people who don't know who Jeffrey Dean Morgan is? Like,
I don't know, man. People don't know who anyone is anymore.
I mean, it's true, but I mean, he's in a lot of stuff. He's fantastic. He was the dad in Supernatural. He was Thomas Wayne in Batman v Superman. He was the comedian in Watchmen.
Oh, I actually forgot he was in Watchmen. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
He's a very good actor, but he would kill it as Craven.
He would just kill it. Like, he's got everything down already. He just needs to lie in best.
If Joel Kinnaman got like really bulked up, see him as Craven.
Yeah, him too.
But no. So it's definitely gonna be Craven. We just gotta wait till they announce it fully.
Yeah.
But
they gotta announce it, and then they gotta show off what he.
Yeah,
after Mysterio, my expectations of superhero villain costumes in movies has never been higher.
I hope they do not betray us this time.
Yeah,
but
also Aquaman. That movie's costumes are fucking phenomenal.
Aquaman is so sad because like it's so well shot. The CGI is so like the sets, the effects, like both practical and like computer generated, all look amazing, and the suits are amazing. The action is so well done, but the script is dog shit. It is. It's a horrible script. Like, oh my god! Like I've never seen so much effort put into a terrible script for a movie.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't really remember what half the time.
It's so very early 2000s stuff for
comic book movies. I remember there was a scene with like young Aquaman and Willem Dafoe or something, right?
You saying they executed her?
Yeah, that
because one. She had me?
Oh man.
That poor kid. He's gonna be remembered for that forever. He's probably a very nice guy. Oh, I'm sure he's a great guy, but oh man. They really couldn't have gone for another take, huh? No, they couldn't. James Wan was like, "No, the script this is a terrible fucking line. I'm gonna do this only once."
Either that, or it's the greatest line in the movie, and he nailed it in that one take.
Oh god.
Depending on what kind of director he is.
Remember when James Wan said like he would not do Aquaman 2 if the script was bad? He's like, I'm not signing on until I see a script. Which
that's a good call.
He eventually signed on, so I'm led to believe that the script for Aquaman 2 is going to be good. Which I am excited for it. I hope it's really good because Black Manta He's really good. He also played Dr. Manhattan.
He was the best part of the movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my time.
I legitimately love that.
It's so cheesy, but I love it.
I can never get tired of a building montage.
I love that it's become a meme on Twitter.
It's the best.
Yeah. Okay. Should we get to the main topic now?
Yes, we should. Because also, I do want to, actually, before we do, I want to bring up a Venom Beyond, which is the current, Venom arc in the books.
Ooh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so new issue is out this week. There's also Amazing Spider-Man, but we haven't gotten to that one yet. But Venom, there's a so last time, Eddie and Dylan went to go see Maker to deal with Dylan's powers and everything, and the Maker put on the Ultimate Venom symbiote where he had upgraded it.
What?
So what happened was...
I haven't caught up yet, by the way. What?
Yeah, so after he brought in the Ultimate symbiote from the portal, he, upgraded it to where it no longer eats you while you wear it. It no longer drives you nuts. And it can shoot missiles out of nothing. Because it's technically technology.
Did he mention Ultimate Eddie Brock at all?
No, he did not. He did not mention Eddie Brock.
I got to assume that Eddie Brock is somewhere out there separated from...
I assume he's still somewhere in Ultimate Latveria getting tortured by Goat Doom.
And Old Man Beetle.
Yeah. Man, that was so... Anyway, So that happened, and Virus showed up. He threw pumpkin bombs and shit. Portal machine opens, sucks them all in. And Maker ends up in the Ultimate Universe where everything is on fire and the heroes are seemingly gone.
Even Spider-Man again?
As far as I can tell, because there's a picture of him on one of the buildings with a big red X painted on it.
He's not dead. He's immortal. What the fuck are they talking about?
Right.
Can't they respect Bendis' vision?
Can't they respect the lore?
I remember you telling me about the part where everything's on fire. I remember you telling me about the Maker puts on the Venom.
Oh yeah, no,
suit.
I kept that part a secret that week. Now I'm going all spoilery because it's been enough time.
Yeah.
I already took my time.
You got all the time in the world.
Well, that time in the world was 2 weeks. So, anyway, moving on to this issue. Eddie, Dylan, and Virus ended up in a totally different universe. We still don't quite know, but it's essentially a universe where Null won, it seems.
Oh.
Because it's this weird futuristic kind of universe where it looks like Batman Beyond.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it's not like Null it's not like Null just devoured everything?
No, it's basically everyone worships him, I guess.
Huh.
Because, or at least I think they worship him. It's either they worship him, the other guy named Codex, who looks a lot like him, but is a different character. Codex basically just looks like Null, but if Null was a person and not this horrible skeletal monster man.
Oh.
He's got a suit thing on, it seems, and he's got a Mortal Kombat scorpion mask over his face, so you can't see his mouth. Yeah, but so anyway, Eddie, Dylan, and Virus end up in this universe, and then the symbiote's kind of freaking out because it's there's a hive mind here, and I've never been this close to one. This is creepy. And he starts connecting to it to try to get some powers because it's hey, there's some cool shit in there. So but yeah, and then Virus attacks and they start fighting. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, Okay, so what happens is Venom, like, they fall down to the ground. Virus is flying around and is gonna is like shooting like lasers and shit. And the symbiote is like, "Hey Eddie, I got us a new power." So he starts charging up a fucking Kamehameha. Just
No.
by straight up, his hand like kind of opens up and starts glowing blue, and then he just shoots a big blue beam at Virus and sends him flying away.
Oh my god.
It's the best.
I
They
need
mentioned
to
that.
catch up. I need to catch up. I don't.
Yeah, I say it's the Kamehameha, but it is said that what's actually going on is the symbiote is absorbing the lasers that Virus is shooting at him and then turning it into the Kamehameha.
I love that.
It's the best. It was so cool. Anyway, and then a bunch of Venom Avengers show up, but they look weird because they're just the Avengers, but they got a Venom logo on them. But they
So,
still have symbiotes.
that's weird.
Yeah, because like Captain America looks just wrong. Like it's just Captain America, but he's got a big, Venom logo on his chest, and he's got like the Spider-Man eyes in his mask.
Hmm.
And he's the
Yeah.
only one of the Avengers who has. It's weird. Like all the other Avengers, just the logo and that's about it. Except for Thor, he's got some like black veins in him, but that's it.
I'll have to catch up because
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, and then fucking Virus gets taken to Codex, and Eddie takes Dylan like underground to get away from the Avengers, and we meet. This made me so hyped for 2 seconds, and then I was crushed with disappointment. But it was still cool, where Eddie meets the Resistance, and it's a bunch of Agent Venoms.
And none
Yeah,
of them were Flash Thompson.
no, in this universe, Flash Thompson was the president of the United States. Like the symbiotes took over.
So he's dead.
We don't know yet.
Hopefully he's alive.
Yeah, but as it turns out, the Agent Venom that talks to Eddie, it's this universe's Annie, and she recognizes him.
This universe is who?
Annie. I don't.
Anne Wang.
Yes. Like.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So they have a reunion, and the issue ends, and it's so good, man.
I need to catch up. I'm such a dumbass. I need to.
You have not lived until you see Venom T-Rex versus Carnage and fucking Venom Kamehameha beams.
I will. Soon. I promise I will. Okay.
Main topic.
Finally. So, I'm kind of surprised we haven't talked about this. We haven't done an episode about this yet because,
right?
Yeah, like I mean, in episode 2, me and James did an episode basically talking about all the games and our fondness for them. That was back when we had like no real direction of what we were talking about.
Yeah. You mean like we do have now?
Oh yeah, definitely. No, so in 2016 there were little whispers, little rumbles about a stuntman who put on his resume an upcoming Spider-Man PS4 title, and people were theorizing, and some rumors were saying that Sucker Punch was making a Spider-Man game.
Oh man, that would have been so good.
Would have been really cool, but we were half right. As it turned out, they revealed at E3 2016, which Sony's best panel ever. That's
Oh,
probably
100%.
probably one of my favorite game panels ever because it's just they don't talk, they just show.
Right? There's no Super Bowls. Remember that one where they had everyone leave the room? At one.
For Last of Us 2, because they did the thing where it's like we reconstructed the church in the game.
Yeah, that was bad. That was.
I thought it was.
I understand what they were trying to do, but making everyone get up in the middle of a convention, go to a different room, and then sit down to show off one game,
and then go back.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah, that was that kind of killed the flow, especially like when they had to jump to like a bunch of different hosts talking about it while they were moving people to the other room.
Yeah, that was not a good idea.
Like, I thought it was cool. They could have.
I understand the intent, but you can't do that in the middle of like a live convention.
They could have made the room look like that, like the main convention room.
Yeah, they should have done that from like the get-go instead of recreating it in a whole other room to show off a single game and then make everyone go back.
Yeah, that one was weird. But E3 2016 Sony's panel, right after showing Death Stranding, they followed it up. And I remember watching this. I was watching this live and talking with people in a group chat.
Yeah.
And they talked about Verizon at first, and we talked about Resident Evil 7 when they revealed it was Resident Evil 7.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were.
That was a shocking reveal. Remember when they revealed it being Resident Evil 7?
Right? By that point, I gave up on Resident Evil being good again.
I love that bit of the trailer with Go Tell Aunt Rhody. I love that. I want a Netflix show that adapts Resident Evil 7. I don't know why, but I do.
It'd be super easy to do.
I'm very excited for Resident Evil 8.
Like, that is the game that would adapt to. That would be great for any adaptation, better than any of the other ones.
Because it's so self-contained, and you don't have so many fucking different characters going in different directions. But
the one downside, no Barry.
No what?
No Barry. Barry Burton.
Barry
Burton. He's one of the guys from the first game, and he's best.
I haven't played the first game, so I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'm sure you've heard of the Jill sandwich thing.
Oh, he's the one. Oh,
he's the guy who did that.
I thought that was Brad that did that.
Oh no, Brad flew away in a fucking helicopter in the opening and then never came back.
Oh. Well, he's a dick.
Yeah, and then he died in the beginning of RE3. It's hilarious.
And he tried to act like he tried to be like, "Hey, Jill, I'm gonna help you."
He tries to act like your friend, and the player's just like, "Fuck you!" And then Nemesis just jumps down and stabs him in the back of the throat with a tentacle.
And then in the remake version, he just gets bitten by a zombie.
Yeah, in the remake version, he gets like a heroic death, and it's like, no, that's not Brad. He's supposed to be a loser.
I mean, I want
a cool scene.
I know they technically made an RE1 remake, but I'm surprised they haven't like thought about making one on the current RE engine.
I think it's because the RE remake that we have now is pretty like, so there's really not much of a point.
Yeah, I guess, but
because I will say the original RE1 remake is still super good and holds up really, really well.
I'll play it at some point. I will eventually.
Like, but it absolutely nails atmosphere, and that's great.
Yeah. Okay, back on topic.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah. After they revealed Death Stranding, I remember watching this. We got the heroic music, and it was the way the conference was set up is that you had the main screen, and then you had screens on the floor and behind it that had that were used for enhancement or whatever. when showing off I don't know, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I believe I do.
So like they had the opening shot of New York, and you see the Freedom Tower, and I'm like, I don't want to get excited just yet, but I feel like this is Spider-Man, and because I saw the gingerbread and the music sounded so heroic, and I heard the voice, and I'm like, that sounds like Spider-Man. Then I saw Insomniac Games, I'm like, wait, what? No, this can't be Spider-Man. The leak said it was Sucker Punch, and then it said like probably for the best, knowing that everything hinges on a guy from Queens, and as soon as I heard Queens, like, no way, and then it showed Marvel, and then we saw the suit that was so jarring when we first saw it.
When I first saw it, I was like, ew, gross. And then when the game came out, I'm like, okay, it's not that bad.
Yeah. I was like, I hated it at first. Then when the game came out, I was like, no, this is the best suit ever. And now I'm just kind of like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
all right.
I saw it, and like the moment that I loved most, which I wish was still in the game because I know it got cut, was the moment where he was like running through the coffee shop.
I wish that they kept that in. Like, I understand why cut, but
you cut out. What'd you say?
Sorry, that was so sad because it was so cool.
But it's funny because like they kept most of the stuff in that trailer, and most of the stuff in that trailer was from the Bowery chase sequence with Mr. Negative.
Yeah, and how like for the different like show-offs or whatever, they like switched them. Like Mr. Negative was placed with like just some generic goon in one.
Oh no, like that too, but like also like in the first E3 trailer, they were showing stuff from they kidnapped Morgan Michaels and you were chasing the convoy and stuff. And it was the big set piece where it was like you're fighting the goons on top of the APCs and you jump through the construction thing.
Yeah.
And people were mad because Puddlegate.
Of course.
But no, that trailer came out. We heard nothing about it for another year. And I was like, come on, just show it to me. And then E3 2017 came, and we got to see our first gameplay, and it was pretty much just Amazing Spider-Man 2, but good.
Yeah.
Like, it was the stealth stuff. The combat, though, was, like, very, different. Well, no, like, the Amazing Spider-Man games were doing Arkham where it's like punch, 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 counter, punch, 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 counter. But with this one, it was punch, punch, dodge, punch, use gadget, punch, dodge. Like, it was more relying on dodge rather than counter.
Yeah, which I will say I much prefer dodge over just an instant counter button.
When, like, it was playing the game at first, and they'll talk about this in a bit, like, when I didn't know how to use dodge, it was so fucking hard.
Yeah.
But, like, when you learn dodge, like, it's an easy game.
Yeah, when you learn how it works, it's like, oh, this is super easy. I can do it.
Yeah. But, so, like, the gameplay was really cool. It had you chasing Mr. Negative, but in the actual game, it was just some goon because they were saving that big plot point for later.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. We got to see, like, swinging for the first time, and people were complaining a bit because they were saying it was a bit too slow, which it was a little bit slow, but I was fine with it.
Yeah, I can definitely understand. Especially when you look at, like, Arkham Knight or whatever, where you're doing fucking flash punches at 1,000 miles a minute.
Yeah. But I really love the gameplay demo. I watched it over and over again for so many times. Then the Paris Games Week trailer came out, which showed more about the story and more about Mr. Negative and stuff. And I think they said he wasn't the main villain. Like, they're very open about that. They were like, no, he's not the main villain.
Yeah,
and
it's like he's one of the villains, but he's not going to be the guy from the whole thing.
He's a main villain, but he's not the.
Yes.
But like after that trailer, they were silent for a while, and then in April 2018, and I remember this because I was in freshman year of college. I was like waiting for the pre-order date, Game Informer was like, okay, this month we're covering Spider-Man, and we found out the release date. It was September 7th. They showed more gameplay, and it looked even better. I thought the HUD that they used, I was very happy to see the change in the HUD, because the one in E3 2017 I did not like. It was way too blue, and it was hard to make out. But also it's funny because Insomniac was very responsive to everybody during that time. They anytime I asked them questions, especially about pre-orders, I literally DM'd them and they kept talking back to me, which was cool. Not talking back as in being, shut the fuck up, you fucking loser. Don't DM us again. No.
Fuck up, nerd.
Brian Intihar was not hell no. No, so that whole thing happened, and then E3 2018 came, and we got to see the last gameplay thing, or the last couple gameplay things. Then they revealed, the hot toy, the PS4 Pro, which I have. I have that in my room. I spent literally $500 something on this game because I got the PS4 Pro, and I also got the collector's edition.
And, yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but it was worth it. But then the game finally came out. We were graced with it on September 7th, 2018. It was literally the most excited I had ever been for a game since.
Yeah, I was actually just starting college around that time.
Yeah, I was going into my sophomore year of college, and I had transferred back closer to home, which kind of sucked because to pick up the collector's edition, I had to go back to the city where my old college was, which was an hour and a half away. So the night before GameStop was doing the 9 p.m. could get your game early. So I did that when getting the PS4. But the next day I had to drive all the way, an hour and a half to this other town to pick up the collector's edition. But it was fine. But anyway, so why don't we run down what the story is, in case people don't know somehow.
Right? They haven't. They've been living under a rock for the past 2 years.
Yeah. So the game is basically Peter Parker is 23. He's a college graduate. He works as a lab assistant to Otto Octavius, which we had no clue was in the game until the game came out.
Yep.
And as soon as we saw him in the second level, we were like, okay, he's the main villain. He has to be.
The second you see him, it's like, okay, Doc Ock's
because it has the arm things that aren't really arms, they're just cables.
Yeah, all the tubes and cables connected to his back in the different formations to make the arms, and it's like, okay, so Doc Ock is going to be the villain.
Yeah, which I'm like, okay, not surprising. Dan Slott was a story consultant for this game.
Yes, which I will say, the more I think about this game's story, the more I realize it's just Dan Slott's run, but good.
You have stuff like MJ and Peter relationship drama,
Mr. Negative,
Yuri Watanabe,
Doc Ock being a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually, good. But
exactly.
The game opens up. Also, at this point, Peter and MJ have broken up and they haven't spoken for 6 months.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about MJ in a bit, but
yeah.
We'll say, okay, first and foremost, everybody does a great job in this game. Yuri Lowenthal,
the actors are phenomenal.
Yuri Lowenthal, Yuri Lowenthal as Peter, Laura Bailey as MJ, Najee Jeter as Miles, which I'm very excited for him playing Miles in Spider-Man Miles Morales. And I didn't know he played Sam in The Last of Us. I didn't know that at all. When I found that out, I was just like, whoa, but Najee Jeter as Miles.
William Sailors as Doc Ock.
He's
Salyers.
Salyers. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's great as Doc Ock. But all I can hear is Rigby now from.
I was about to say, I love his Doc Ock, but half the time all I hear is
Yeah. Also, Stephen O. Young as Mr. Negative.
yeah, which I'll say him and this game did the impossible and made me give a shit about Mr. Negative.
I think this is a really cool interpretation because the comics it was like Martin Lee is a great guy, Mr. Negative is just a split personality. But like the game is like, no, they're the same person. It's just yeah. Which I'm glad because I'm like we lead what?
Oh, nothing, don't worry.
Oh. Which I was kind of happy about because we need less stories about people with DID being villains. Brian has muted his mic, so I will continue.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you good?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm out back and it's like 9:45, so my dad was telling me to get inside before bugs start eating me.
Yeah. Get inside, boy.
Basically.
No. Basically, Stephen O. Young is very good as Martin Lee, and like I'm really glad that they got rid of the split personality thing because I'm like, we need less villains who are evil because DID.
Yeah, he doesn't so much have a split personality, but more just whatever power he has him.
Yeah, and like Mr. Negative is just basically all of his inner rage and turmoil just give him release, pretty much.
Yes, which it works because the way that his powers like work in this game, at least, is it brings out the worst in you.
Exactly.
So it's always bringing out the worst in him all the time.
Yeah, which it makes it so much more interesting than just split personality. Like
yeah, split personality where none of the personalities are even like the original guy.
Yeah, that it's where he's tied to
Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger, yeah, like, which is weird. I'm glad they retconned it to be like this. Where
yeah, I assume he's like a mutant human or something. This one.
I mean, I don't know because like whatever it said, whatever Osborn did to him.
Yeah, they never it's because like they show it to us, but they don't actually explain what's happening.
Yeah, that's the one part where I'm just like, that's a little confusing. I don't know how Devil's Breath made him into Mr. Negative.
Yeah, like he's strapped to a table, and then he starts like convulsing, and then he explodes, and it's like,
and it's specifically photo negative powers.
Yeah, like what happened? They do why?
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I know. It's just talk about Mr. Negative. That's what happened.
Yeah, but basically, like a lot of the first act of the game is just you doing superhero stuff and being all
you
friendly.
Take down the Kingpin.
Take down which I love that mission, by the way.
It's great.
I love the opening of the game with. That's a great song, by the way. I love that song.
Oh, it's the best. Like that opening is one of my favorite things. It's Spider-Man
like that,
ever.
It's like that opening, Doom Eternal's opening.
It tells you everything you need to know about Spider-Man.
Like literally just Peter oversleeping, being like having a bunch of sticky notes, his place being a mess, him making toast like a fucking anime character late for school.
Yeah, and he built like a little device, like hardwired it so that the toast like automatically toasts itself.
And like he puts and like immediately as he's getting ready, he gets a late rent notice.
Yeah.
And
then he just jumps out the window.
Then I love how it transitions to gameplay.
It's so seamless.
Like it's like this game is some of the most seamless cutscenes ever, I'd say.
It's crazy. I remember in one of the E3 gameplay things where it's like at the raft, when they were swinging around after Electro, I could have sworn it was a cutscene.
Yeah. Oh god. Like it was.
Like it took me like a solid minute to realize, wait, that guy's actually swinging it himself. This is
like nobody talks about it, but like Insomniac is so fucking good with graphics.
They're amazing with, like it's crazy.
Like everyone talks about Naughty Dog, which obviously Naughty Dog's games look great. Last of Us 2, I'd say, is like the most graphically impressive game ever made, I'd say. Just because of like how the facial animations are and stuff.
Yeah.
But like Insomniac is, I'd say, like they're a solid, they're like right next to them, I'd say.
Yeah, like I love that the game is like it's mostly photorealistic, but there's like just enough like cartooniness to it to make it feel distinct.
Yeah, there's like with how the lighting works and stuff, it feels very stylish.
Yeah, the lighting, particularly the colors for like certain outfits, like or like the cops or fist thugs, like they wear very bright blues and purples.
Yeah.
It looks really and like Spidey's outfit.
It's weird though. The first outfit looks a bit too plasticky to me. At least the blue sections of it. The red looks fine. The blue of it looks a bit too much like plastic.
Yeah. And then you get to the other suit, like the advanced one, where I have the opposite problem, where the red looks off, but the blue looks fine.
Yeah. I hope they improve that in the inevitable main sequel. But But basically, the first act is you aiding the cops and spying on people with Oscorp tech. Someone brought that up on Twitter. It's like, yeah, that's weird that Peter's like, yeah, cops spy on civilians with Oscorp tech. I'm gonna hack into this for my own benefit.
Yeah, that was especially
did not age well.
Nowadays. That did not age. No.
Yeah, the game has a weird like.
It gets so much worse with the DLC.
Where with like Yuri's stuff.
There's literally a trophy in the DLC called Thin Blue Line.
No.
I am dead serious.
I played 100% of the DLC. I do not remember that.
When we finish recording, boot up your PS4, look through your trophy list, and tell me it's not there.
Oh no. There was always something weird about the game where it's like the way Spidey acts towards like drug deals and stuff, and like just cops in general.
Yeah,
where it's like
Spider Cop is a funny joke, but now it's like, yeah.
Which I'm like, at least Yuri knew ACAB in the DLC, which we'll probably talk about in the next episode.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next one.
Yeah, because I got some stuff to tear into to that, but I'll leave it for the next episode.
Yeah,
you know what I'm going to tear into.
Yeah, you brought it up once or twice in a couple of.
Yeah, but anyway, so the first act is just you doing some stuff. You get back with MJ. Well, you meet Martin Lee and Aunt May. Aunt May feast shelter with Martin Lee. Martin Lee seems like a really good guy. I love her phrase: "When you help someone, you help everyone." That's a very good mantra. I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Okay.
No, from the fan dub.
I forget. I can't quote that verbatim.
Y'all need to watch this.
It's been too long. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Y'all need to watch the Snapcube fan dub of the game. It's amazing. The best running gag. The two best running gags are Chalk Zone and Can I Ask You a Personal Question? Because that's literally what Martin Lee says to everybody. He's desperately just like, can I please ask you a personal question?
That's right. Now
I love the moment where he's like, hey, Peter, quick question. You ever seen Chalk Zone?
So what?
Oh, God. But anyway, so after that, you find out about the demons and you meet up with MJ in the game. Peter and MJ are like kind of on rocky terms, and he's like, "Do you know why we broke up?" And Peter's like, "It's a trap, isn't it?" But like the way she says it, it sounds like he really fucked up. But then later on,
and then you actually like find out why, and it's like, oh, that's way less dramatic.
Yeah, we'll get to that soon. Like we'll get to that after just running through the story. We'll do this very quick. But basically,
we gotta do it.
You find out more about the demons. You find out Shocker's entangled in all this. You beat him a couple times.
Yeah, which I just want to interject with. I find it really odd that like the one big chase mission of the game is with Shocker people.
Yeah, he's not someone I'd imagine.
Like it works and it's fun. It's just I never thought that Shocker would be like the guy I'm chasing down.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun.
Oh, it's super fun.
So Yuri basically gets you. You start. Also, Norman shows up. Norman Trump shows up, and he pulls your funding for the lab.
He just looks like a ginger Trump.
He literally his fucking campaign logo is literally Trump's logo.
It's straight up. It's the same colors and fonts and everything.
And everybody's wearing Osborne hats and stuff at his rally.
Yeah, like just letting people know if there's a fictional billionaire supervillain, there's like a 99% chance they're based on Trump, even before he became president.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like look at Lex Luthor. Like 40 years ago, there was like a book where the cover was Lex Luthor, and it was based on Trump's book, The Art of the Deal.
That's funny.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, so like after a bit, after Norman pulls your funding, you start doing some side mission stuff like Harry's research stations, which I thought were really cool. They're very clear on where Harry is. Like they tell you that he's in Europe, and you're like, oh, okay. But then like he sounds so weird in like when talking in his in the messages he leaves for Peter.
Yeah,
so you're like, that's weird.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what's actually going on?
But basically,
at first I was thinking, like, are they doing like the drug addiction thing?
They were doing some bit sadder than that, but
oh yeah, no, it's sad. All right, they stole from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, retroviral hypoplasia. I forgot to tell you, it's genetic. Okay, but so after you fight Shocker again, you meet up with Jefferson Davis, the policeman, to investigate. And
that name.
Yeah. But basically, after y'all chase down the demons, he gets rewarded as a hero because he went above him.
Yeah, like he drives his cop car into a truck that was gonna run Spider-Man over, and then he punches the guy out. Which I will admit, that was cool.
It was cool.
Like, fuck cops, but that was a good moment.
Yeah.
He rams his car to him and just runs up and punches him in the face.
Then the level from then Peter gets evicted after that whole thing.
And he calls like the like trash company and
Eddie.
Like, hey, where's my stuff? Yeah, Eddie.
I thought it was going to be Eddie Brock. I thought
that was Eddie became a trash man at one point.
And he didn't know it was Peter. Also, I love that in the DLC you find out Eddie opened up his own.
Yeah.
Like that was an actual nice moment from the DLC. A very rare one from the DLC.
Right. But I mentioned Eddie becomes the trash man. I now remember like Venom came out on like DVD. People made edits of like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with Danny DeVito as Venom. Like he's in the convenience store and he like goes up to the guy. He's like, "What the hell are you?" He goes, "Trash man."
I have not seen that. I need to watch it.
It's the greatest thing made by man.
I'll find it after we finish recording. But
it's bad.
But yeah, so Peter basically gets evicted. He finally stops being a little shit and tells Aunt May he got evicted.
Yeah, he just caves and it's like, I got kicked.
And Aunt May's like, you gotta let go of your fucking pride, like Ben. You and Ben like just always
Parker
like
Pride.
Parker Pride, yeah. But she like lets him sleep in her office, and she gives him like a few $100s.
Yeah, she gives him an envelope, and
Which is
Peter's
nice.
like,
It was nice seeing Aunt May have like a job where she got paid and stuff, and was like actually
right,
really well off.
right, it's nice. And at first Peter's like, no, I'm not taking this, and she's like, yes, you are.
Yeah. I just remember the fandom. It's like Peter's like, Aunt May, is this Vine money? Oh god. Okay. We maybe we'll do a reaction. Maybe we'll do a commentary track for the fandom at some point. Making money off of another person's work. That's what we do. Who are we kidding? We don't make money from this. But anyway,
right? We're broke.
So basically, Martin Lee's very unsubtly like, I'm gonna go be evil now.
Yeah, he's subtle being a villain.
Yeah, but then you do the mission from E3 2017 where it's not Martin Lee that's there, it's just some random guy.
Yeah.
Which was really cool playing that after it was really cool playing that after seeing it at E3 2017.
Yeah, because like you expect like what's gonna go down, and then you get to the part where Negative's be there and it's just a random guy, and it's like, oh, okay, this is different.
Yeah. I also like that they added more stuff, like different sections to the construction site.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot bigger than what they showed it to be. But then after that is when the Osborn rally. And Osborn is a fucking little bitch and leaves when he knows it's gonna get bombed. And basically leaves everybody to die. So Martin Lee and all his goons bomb the rally. Miles Morales is there too.
Yeah, he gets introduced like once or twice beforehand.
Yeah, and then you play as him for a bit. Oh, I forget, you also play as MJ too. I'm not a fan of the stealth sections.
No, they're not good.
I'm just
flat out, they're not good.
Insomniac, please do not include them in the next game.
And if you have to, for the fucking god, let her
keep the taser.
Keep the taser. Like, the final one is the only one that's bearable because I can at least knock people out now.
Also, like, you actually learn interesting stuff about what's happening. So
yeah, you actually learn shit in the final one. So it's like I get good story content, and the gameplay's not totally insufferable.
Yeah,
but it's a win-win.
Yep. But so basically, Miles finds out his dad is dead. Boo hoo. So sad. Too bad. So sad. Yeah. Then we have a funeral section. Press F to pay respects.
I pushed F on my phone.
Fuck.
That is still like I know it's a game, but still just favorite. Just press F to.
Sorry. Wasn't that in? No, you're good.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, wasn't it from Advanced Warfare?
It was definitely from one of the Call of Duties. It might have been Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Where they just would press F to pay respect.
Hold on one sec, my mom's texting me.
It's fine. Mine actually just texted me earlier. A second ago.
Okay, carry on the story while we left off at the funeral. Carry on the story while I text.
Okay, so the Confederate leader died. Where did we leave off in the Revolutionary War? Right. I had to. But yeah, so Jefferson's dead. So, Peter tells Miles I get what you're going through. You work it, and eventually he's offered a job at Feast to give him something to do because Miles is that kind of kid where he needs to work through his grief and everything.
Yeah.
So so that happened. Oh, doesn't so.
Oh yeah, you try to look into Martin Lee because Peter's yeah, definitely Martin Lee. Yeah, and then that's when
he's like, okay, Martin Lee's a supervillain, so I gotta go.
That's when Silver and Yuri doesn't believe him, because she's like, I do not have evidence.
Yeah, like you're telling me that the man who runs the successful homeless shelter in the state is a supervillain?
It's weird because I thought that the E3 2017 demo showed that Yuri knew who Spider-Man was. Because I thought it said she called him Peter at some point, but
Maybe she did. I don't remember.
But I don't know. But like, so I was weird where it's like, why can't Peter? Why didn't? I don't know. I was just confused about that. But the game was like, she doesn't know who he is. But yeah. So when you're trying to take down the demons, Silver Sable comes in. She's the weirdest part of the game because she doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Her character is the weakest one in the game.
Without a doubt.
Because she goes from hating Spidey to just
being okay with him.
Like literally at the flip of a switch. And Spider-Man's explanation is just that, oh, she's weird. It's like, no, it's just weird writing. Feels like she was an afterthought because they had to have a new enemy.
Yeah, exactly. Which, really, I think my thoughts on Sable's character begins and ends with, this is probably her best design that she's ever had.
It's a good design. Yeah, I like it.
I love jackets.
I
love long white jackets on characters.
Her hair is pretty cool too.
Yeah, also white hair. So like, you're hitting all you need are red eyes, and you hit all my good.
Yeah, but
I just want to say, Marvel, stop trying to make Silver Sable happen. She's never gonna happen.
Ain't it kind of weird how, Osborn Trump in this game hires a private military group, and then in 2020, the real Donald Trump basically
the National Guard.
Not even we don't even know who they are. It's the secret police.
And it's during a viral.
Anyway, so Peter
goes. Stop looking into the future, please.
Yeah, and stop with the cop praise.
Yeah, no, cut that shit out immediately, please.
Please, but anyway, so next is pretty much like when you go to Feast to try to find Martin Lee, and you like break into his
find his fucking lair.
Find his lair, yeah.
In like the attic.
You do some dumb puzzles to try to
some like weird like electric circuit puzzle where it's you step in the room.
No, I'm talking about the yin yang puzzle.
Oh yeah, that one's stupid too.
But
that one's stupid too. I don't get the how come picture complete, but it's not open.
Yeah, I don't know, but
that don't
you find all the proof. You find the take it back. Somehow Martin Lee doesn't ever assume that you're Spider-Man,
right? Like I get, like obviously he knows that Peter's onto him, but he doesn't realize that he's Spider-Man.
Because that's why he hires some but corrupts some homeless people to fight him.
Yeah. Taps him on the shoulder and says, "Go fight that guy."
Yeah. God, what happens after that? The second act is the most confusing.
Ock is working on. Okay, I was gonna.
I forgot to talk about Ock. Yeah.
Yeah, he's working on. He gave up on like regular prosthetics and are now working on the arm as like a way to enhance humanity instead of like replacing what was lost with amputees and shit.
We find out that he and Osborn worked together. They went to college and they both started Oscorp. Oscorp was their company. It wasn't just named after Osborn, it was because they were both called the O's.
Yeah, which, I mean, okay. That's weird, but okay.
I think it's kind of cool. It's weird, but kind of cool.
Yeah, like, I'm not against it. I'm just like, in my mind, it's like, it's called Oscorp because his name is Osborn, duh. And then the game's like, no, it's because of our old college nickname. It's like, oh, okay.
But
that works too.
Yeah.
The pun's still there.
Still not a fan of the fucking science experiment sections.
Yeah, they're not. They're not great. There's a reason that there's an option in like the main menu to skip them.
Because they don't add anything. Except if you want the achievement.
Yeah, they really don't add anything, and I really hope they just get rid of them altogether.
Yeah. But basically, I think the next part is when you go to get the Oscorp CFO, Charles Standish, I think is his name.
Yes?
The guy with the man bun who has a big flat.
Yes, I believe. Yeah, I think that is what happens. So you go after that guy.
Yeah. So you go after him, then he tells you, we a Halloween party, which I thought was really fun.
Oh yeah, that was probably my favorite part of the game.
With Mysterio and the Rhino.
Yeah, and the Vulture, and like that was fun.
Yeah. But then you go after the guy dressed as the Lizard, which is the scientist, and the demons are after him.
Which I will say, as funny as all this is, also like, isn't this the equivalent of like dressing up as real life serial killers or something?
Yeah, it's pretty it's
like
weird.
It's pretty fucked up. Like, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but like, do you really want to dress up as the real life lizard man that eats people?
Like, who ate his own son in shed?
And is apparently still on the loose, as one of the Easter eggs will tell you.
Yeah. Ugh. But
not a great costume, buddy.
Yeah. You try to find him, but Mr. Negative gets him first, and he's like, "Tell me who he is." And he's like, Morgan Michaels, which is apparently a Morbius alias name. I don't know. He doesn't look anything like Morbius, but
no. Unless in this universe, Morbius is like a 50-year-old man.
Yeah. Oh, I also forgot. MJ did a thing with Tombstone.
Oh yeah, that I will say, as much as I dislike the self sections, I liked that one because Tombstone was cool.
I liked how they made Tombstone the head of a biker gang.
That was cool, and I loved the part where like the guy is seeming like he kind of wants out of it or something, and Tombstone just like has him pull out his gun and put it up to his head and pulls the trigger, and it does nothing.
Yeah, I love that.
That was so cool.
And she did that because they were making an APC for the demon. But
oh yeah, that's right.
But then she's like, okay, I'm gonna go look into more of this. So Peter goes off to Oscorp after Mr. Negative makes the scientist guy kill himself.
Yeah, he goes to Oscorp to get Morgan, right?
No, you go to Oscorp to find information on Devil's Breath.
Oh, okay. I thought that was later for some reason.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Which I like that section where you climb the Oscorp Tower.
Yeah, I was okay. This is the section I was thinking of. This is the part of the game that really feels like it was ripped out of like the PlayStation 1 game, where like all the searchlights on the building. Like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think that's awesome. But it gave me heavy like PS1 Spider-Man flashbacks, so that made me happy.
Yeah, it was really cool. But what was I saying? So you go there and you find out that Norman had Kingpin build him a lab for Devil's Breath, and you find out what Devil's Breath is, GR27. GR30
green.
GR37, I think. Yeah, GR37, not 27.
Yeah,
GR because it's Green Goblin. Ugh. But
even though it's red in this game.
Don't worry about it. It'll be green at some point.
I have no doubt that what they're going to do is turn Devil's Breath into the serum.
It will. It definitely will. But
yeah, which I'm not against. I'm just like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You think you're sneaking past me, but you're doing nothing.
Yeah. But basically, what was I saying? So you find out what it is. It's supposed to be a miracle serum thing that like literally will heal any and all diseases.
It's supposed to be a magic cure-all for thing.
But because it's not, but it's still imperfect, and because of that, it's highly contagious and dangerous.
It's basically just a virus.
it's coronavirus. Okay, we will get into it, but this game is literally just an epiphany for
trust me,
coronavirus.
we've been getting into it.
Like, we'll expand upon it more later, but yeah. So then you find out MJ is
the third act is where it becomes most apparent.
Yeah. So then you find out MJ is going to Central Park, which Sable's people have taken over to find Charles Standish.
Yeah,
who's like
gonna break into a fucking paramilitary base to get pictures.
And the funniest thing is that she's not sneaky about it when she gets to Charles Standish.
No,
she just comes up behind him. She's like, "Where's Morgan Michaels?" Like,
yeah, it's like,
and then is surprised when he pulls the gun on her, as if,
right?
Like, he doesn't know who you are. Like, why would you come up to him and ask that right off the bat?
Yeah, like,
but
it's my big problem with MJ in this game. But
we'll get to it in a sec. But like, Peter, all he sees is a silhouette of someone pointing a gun at her. Then he breaks in and sees it's Charles Standish, and he's like, "Oops, sorry." And then he gets MJ out of there, and MJ's pissed at him.
Yeah, and it's like, you were gonna get fucking shot.
Yeah, Peter messed up because your plan was that he was going to tell you, but like, from his point of view, the guy had a gun on you.
You don't. You two need to work on your communication skills.
Because, like, it isn't just Peter, it's you. Because you're just like, okay, I talked about this on Twitter, but like, MJ's reasoning she explains why they broke up is because he wouldn't, like, he's like, I could have sworn you said it was because you wanted to focus on your career, but then she's like, no, it's because you wouldn't stop babying me and like being overprotective and stuff. And it's like, okay, I totally understand that can be like a problem for a relationship.
Yeah, I understand what they're going for. It doesn't work for me when she's just breaking into military bases where there's guys in high-tech armor with laser guns.
Like, they don't care if she's a journalist. They will kill her.
Yeah.
As we have seen in the real world.
And as I have witnessed every time I fail those stupid stealth sections.
Like, and also something that I'm just like, okay, yeah, MJ would be like, okay, Peter, you gotta cut this shit out, but also, like, I feel like MJ, it's weird that she doesn't consider the fact that this is Peter Parker, a guy who has lost a lot of people in his life and feels responsibility and guilt for it.
Yeah,
and
like,
is no doubt traumatized. No doubt traumatized by this.
No shit, he's gonna be a little overprotective of the people he does have in his life.
Like, she doesn't think about, like, because Peter is a traumatized person. Like,
100%. He is more driven by trauma than Batman.
Like 100%.
He's up there.
And she doesn't she just thinks he does it because he wants to be controlling. And it's like, he doesn't do it because of that. We know, like, and the thing is, I'd understand if it was like they didn't know each other for like that long, but in this version, they literally grew up together. Like, in the Ultimate Comics.
She knows everything. Like, she knows literally everything about him.
She knows he lost his parents. She knows he lost Ben. However, many people he could have lost during his tenure as Spider-Man.
Yeah, like, I feel like the big problem with it is that you mentioned she should know about Uncle Ben and everything. Never once does that ever come up. Is the reason that Peter's so protective is because he's lost so much. That never comes up as a reason.
All, like, the resolution to their thing is her being like, it's, which we'll get to in the third act, but she's like, it's so hard being saved all the time. Sometimes I want to do the saving. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but it's not like a valid somebody.
No, it's not.
It's just very weakly.
So bizarre. Like, I understand what they're going for with it, but it doesn't work.
And it's like, because when MJ is good in the game, she's really good. And
when she's written well, but when she's written like that, I kind of want to punch the screen a bit.
Ironically, she's written a lot better in the DLC, I'd say.
Right?
Like, especially considering the whole Felicia thing that happened, she was, like, very understanding about it.
Right? Like, at first she's, like, weirded out and gross, but then she comes back, like, a minute later, it's like, okay, I've calmed down, it's alright. Adult.
Which, like, it's even understandable, because it's like, how would you feel if your partner finds out they might have a child?
Yeah.
That
And
they didn't know about.
Yeah, and it's like, fine, because it happened, broken up, so who cares? All that matters is kid.
Exactly.
Except if not, but don't worry about that.
We'll get to that in the next episode. But anyway, so basically the next day you go to find Morgan Michaels, and it's like almost immediately, like the Sable guys are so fucking bad at their jobs because they always keep getting fucking ambushed by the demons.
Oh my god, they are the most incompetent, like, fake military I've ever seen in anything. And that's fucking including Umbrella from Resident Evil.
Oh god, that's just
like those guys are idiots, and they make Sable makes them look like fucking G.I. Joe.
Like, literally, they kidnap Morgan Michaels, and Peter, like, comes in, and the Sable guys are like, we got this. And Peter's like, yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, you guys are real good at your jobs.
So then we get the big chase sequence, which is from the reveal trailer.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. I liked it.
But in the trailer, it was with a random demon guy, and in this, it's with Mr. Negative.
Yeah. So you get taken into the negative world for a bit, and I thought this was gonna be like a thing where it was like, it turned out Mr. Negative made you like negative for a bit and made you attack civilians, but then it didn't, and I was kind of relieved about that because
because you really hate making bad choices in games.
Not even bad choices. It's the superior Spider-Man thing where it's just like I hate the main characters having to accept consequences for stuff they didn't do.
That's totally fair.
But then you stop him, and then Sable's like, "You ruined everything. Your guys literally fucking failed at their jobs." And Morgan Michaels calls you, and he's like, "I'm literally like, I committed war crimes. Norman committed war crimes. I did a terrible fucking thing. And I'm gonna do
a war crime.
Yeah, I'm gonna do every fucking thing I can to make it right, and you're the only person who can do anything about it." And then you get the Grand Central Station level, which I love, aside from the MJ sneaking parts.
Even the MJ parts I'm kind of okay with, because it's mostly you look at the displays and stuff.
And you get to disable the... And you get to call Spider-Man for a takedown.
Yeah, like, that's cool. If you have to include stealth sections with MJ again, do more stuff like that.
Also, it just reminded me of the first movie game.
Yeah. I was
especially playing it in the Raimi suit.
Yeah, I won't lie. I was kind of half hoping Shocker was going to like bust in and start taking hostages himself.
There are references to other games.
Definitely. They're sprinkled.
Yeah, but you beat up all the bad guys, and MJ and Peter. We'll talk more about this later.
Yeah.
And you fight Lee on the train.
It's a fun little...
I love Peter's line where he says, "Sorry, I'm late. It's kind of my thing."
Yeah.
I love the fight on the train, even though it's very repetitive. I really like.
Yeah, it's neat seeing like Lee using his powers to like destroy like the cars, basically.
I like how the camera moves during the dodging stuff.
Yeah, it makes it feel a bit more like dynamic stuff.
Yeah, and then you beat him, and then you get the Spider-Man 2 joke, where he's like,
I love it so much.
Where you try to stop a train, how he did in Spider-Man 2, and he's like, "Oh, that totally worked last time."
Yeah, the web line's all half. He's like, "Oh, damn it!" So
but then
instead he webs onto like the railings and pulls them up, sending the train up into the road.
And then you finally get Martin Lee arrested, and the Devil's Breath secure. And you're like, okay, everything's hunky dory. Also
So
during
how's
this
Doc
time,
Ock doing?
let's go check in on him. Oh, that's weird. Why is he wearing that suit?
Yeah, why is he wearing supervillain suit?
Why?
Oh, he's got arms.
Also, we forgot to mention, like during the time we found out that his like body is deteriorating.
Yeah, he has like this like disease that's like destroying his nervous system, I think is how
Where
it
it's like
works.
he will lose his motor functions within a year, pretty much.
Yeah, basically he won't be able to.
Won't be able to move at all. Like,
Yeah, no, he meant his brain will be trapped in just a husk.
yeah.
Like the mind will be fine, everything else dead.
Which is why he's doing the arm stuff.
Yeah,
And
because he won't even need to move.
yeah, but then we get to the part where we see the arms, and
I fucking love the arm design.
I love the black, and I love the yellow tips, and I love their look so much. They're so cool.
Yeah. And the noise that they make whenever they move, so cool. Like it gives me kind of Spectacular Spider-Man flashbacks, where it had that like clicking noise whenever they move.
Yeah. Also, like I like it had two arms at first, but then like after you find out that the inhibitor chip is messing with his,
it's the opposite of an inhibitor chip.
It's funny how it always comes back to a fucking chip on the neck
every time.
I feel like that, but like I feel like this one did it better.
100%. Like I will say,
I already talked about this, but like Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock is basically just a lizard.
Yeah, honestly, and even this one has some similarities to Lizard, where replacing lost limbs at first, but then he grows beyond that pretty quick.
Yeah. But when he says fortune favors the bold and the other two arms come out, I'm like,
yeah,
oh.
and he raises himself above Peter, like,
and he's like, and Peter's just pleading with him.
Yeah, like this thing is gonna drive you.
And Peter's dumbass is like, okay, I'm gonna leave you to your own device.
Yeah, like he seemingly talks him down at first, takes it out of his neck, and the arm shut off, and Peter leaves the room.
It's like the fandub said, I insist you leave me to my own devices unsupervised.
Literally.
And he's like, I'm not going to do anything evil. He's like, time to do the opposite of that when Peter leaves. And then when he smashes the TV and he's like, you have no idea what you're in for, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is Doc Ock.
And then Peter goes to May, and May's like talking about honesty and stuff. And then Peter's like, oh shit, because the Devil's Breath is gone. Rikers is now just a hellscape. The raft gets busted open. The Sinister Six break. Well, they're not the Sinister Six yet, but they break free. Electro, Rhino, Scorpion, Vulture.
Yeah, and Mr. Negative. I will say though, I do like this lineup, but Mr. Negative feels so out of place compared to everyone.
Yeah, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah, like I'm not really complaining. It's just like he feels so weird compared to everyone else who has like this power armor and shit, and he's just a guy in a suit.
Yeah, but yeah, it's weird. But I really love the raft level.
Oh, is my other favorite part of the game.
It's just such a it's such a just constant like, oh shit, bad to worse.
Yeah. Like,
and remember at E3 when we thought that like we thought that it was going to be Green Goblin?
Yeah.
Because they made it look like it was somebody flying above.
Yeah, it was like some like glowing light is like flying.
And we knew about
hear like an engine.
Yeah, and we knew Norman was in the game.
Yeah, so we all just kind of assumed it was Goblin.
And the Comic-Con trailer had him going against Spidey.
Yeah.
Saying that you are now an enemy of the people, which those lines were not in the game at all. In the final game.
No, that got cut.
But so the Sinister Six forms, which I love all their designs, to be honest. I really like them.
Yeah.
Electro's
I was about to say Electro's is the only one I'm not.
Like, just because I wish it was cooler than just a jacket.
Yeah, he needs a suit, is my big thing.
Just give him the fucking starfish suit, please.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna say he needs the starfish mask.
Like,
I don't care how goofy you think it looks. I don't care. Put it in.
like the fucking, like the web of shadows made it look so goddamn cool.
Just do that suit. Just do that one.
Like,
that
yeah, okay, cool. You made the scar on his face look like the starfish. I don't care. Just give us the actual suit.
Also, from like a distance, I can't even see it anyway.
Yeah, but also Electro is voiced by Josh Keaton, which I think is.
Dude,
And Vulture, Vulture is voiced by the guy who voiced him in the Spider-Man 1 movie game.
Yeah, he is, and he also voiced a villain from Ben 10 named Dr. X. He's an old scientist, like monsters and shit.
I love that. It's just so fun because he sounds exactly like he did in the Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, no, the man's voice has not changed a bit.
But yeah, no, the reveal of Doc Ock and him and the goggles, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, no, of Doc Ock's look.
He's very classic Doc Ock, and I love it. I love
like
pure evil.
Yeah, he's just a dude in a jumpsuit with goggles and robots.
Also, I love that this game stresses it's not like the neural interface made him evil. It's not like the arms made him evil.
No, he's always had these like desires and impulses. It's just that the interface kind of pushed him more doing that.
It got rid of his inhibitions.
Yes.
And like
so like deep down he has always been like this. He's just been trying to bury it.
It's kind of like Martin Lee. Huh. It's like a theme.
I was about to say, you think there's like a theme going on here?
We'll get into more of this later, but I like how like every main character in this game has so many layers to them, even Osborn.
Right?
We'll get to that in a bit, but I just want to mention that right now. But then and we're in 2020 in New York, where New York is the epicenter for the virus in America.
We travel 2 years into the future.
Otto releases the coronavirus on New York. I remember the fan of one of the background lines is like, "It smells like piss." But then things are going really bad. MJ's being like, "Yes, shit's bad. Norman's a bad fucking mayor. He has no fucking proof for what he's saying." And then Norman just like breaks the glass and he's like, "Shit, I'm not surviving this." And then Aunt May gets the coronavirus.
Yeah, she catches it from like one of the homeless people.
That's when I'm like, when it got to them, like, there's no way they're gonna kill her off, right? Like,
that was what I thought.
Like, she's gonna get saved at the last second. It's gonna be some amazing Spider-Man 2 shit where it's like at the last second the planes get saved.
Yeah, like I was thinking, like, okay, are we gonna do like the we already did the homage to it earlier, but are we gonna do like the Amazing Spider-Man number 33 thing where like Peter finds a cure for Aunt May's like mysterious illness or whatever?
I didn't think of that. I never thought I'd have done This Be My Destiny, especially because of Doc Ock.
Yeah,
I gotta feel like that had to have been in an original draft story.
I honestly would not be shocked.
Because this story went through many different drafts.
Oh, totally.
I mean, they had different designs. The advanced suit was supposed to have a black spider instead of white. Which, like, at first, when I first saw the suit at the reveal, I was like, I wish it was black. But now I can't imagine the spider and the parts being black.
Yeah, no, like with this suit in particular, I can't.
It would look way too weird.
It would just be the superior suit.
Yeah. But Aunt May gets the virus. Also, like, Peter gets out of the hospital, like, and Yuri's like, the doctors say you have 14 broken bones. Peter's like, well, that just means I have insert amount of number non-broken bones.
Yeah, he's got like.
Peter is like a fucking trooper in this game, but almost to an unrealistic degree. He takes so much abuse. I'm just like,
oh, totally. Especially in like the third act of the game, like you should not be breathing.
Yeah, but he still keeps going, and you're doing stuff to help, people and the police against the supervillains like Rhino and Electro. Then someone sets fire to the Feast building, and you gotta go save MJ and Miles. And oh, that's right, Miles. I forgot about Miles.
Yeah, he just kind of goes away from.
There's that one scene where Peter, where Spider-Man showed him how to fight, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that was a good moment. I like.
Yeah, that was a nice scene. And then Peter shows up at the Feast Center and helps Miles out, talking to the Boomer. When the Boomer's like, haha, fuck your dad.
Yeah.
But then you go to save Miles and May and MJ. Then MJ does her whole spiel like, so hard being saved all the time. And I get what it is. I get what it is, but it's just weakly written.
Yeah, I don't care for the drama between two in this game at all. Like I don't.
I'm just glad that by the end it's over. That they're
Yes, by the end of the game they're like, fuck it, that was stupid. We're back together now.
Yeah. So basically Peter's just like, okay, y'all do what you do. It's a hut. I'm 45.
Yeah, right.
Like in the fandom. But then you got to find Doc Ock's lair, which I really like his lair, and I love all the audio logs and stuff.
Yeah,
that show his descent.
Yeah, all his descent, and also how he coerced the rest of the Sinister Six into following him.
Vulture has spinal cancer because of his excessive use of his suit.
Yeah, which that was a thing in the comics.
Yeah, that was. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I want to say it was during Peter David's run.
Probably, yeah.
It was around the Hobgoblin era.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. So it was probably him.
It wasn't that Otto instructed Lee to do all the stuff from the first act. It's that the stuff Lee did made Otto be like, oh, now's the time to do this, so I'm gonna ask for your help and help you out.
Yeah, he's like, okay, this Martin Lee guy's pretty cool. I could use him on my team.
Yeah. So basically he gets Lee to help him, give him pills to help calm down his negative side. Electro wants to be pure energy, so he helps him out. Scorpion
he upgrades his harness to be. He mentions in the audio log, this should make you pure energy, close enough to where the difference would be irrelevant.
Yeah, and Rhino, he's making, which I like what he says about Rhino because it doesn't feel fake.
No,
what he says about Rhino,
he's like, I actually kind of want to help you
because he's like, I see a warrior with a poet's heart, which is that's exactly who Alexi is. He's he's a guy who doesn't want to fight anymore, but he has to because the world keeps making him do it.
It's the only thing he can do right now.
And he's he actually kind of found a way to remove the armor.
Yeah, he found a way to dissolve the armor, which is something that no one has ever do at this point.
And what was I going to say? And Scorpion just has a bunch of gambling debts he wants to get rid of.
Yeah, he just has a big laundry list of criminal activities that he wants to clean. Yeah. And Ock is like, I mean, that's fine, I guess. I was expecting something bigger, but okay, I can. You will no longer.
I would have helped you get out of your suit, but
right? Weren't you suing Jameson about that? I heard that on the podcast. But,
yeah.
Okay.
But so you find the plans for their plan of attack, and Otto has his recorder, and he says, "Peter, if you're listening to this, losing you will be the most painful thing about this," which is actually really tragic, especially with the ending of what?
Sorry, I was about to say because it shows he genuinely cared about it.
Yeah,
even though wasn't fake.
Yeah, even though he was a dick, and we find out from the beginning.
Yeah, from the get-go, he's always been like this. But he did genuinely come to see Peter as a son.
Oh no, I meant he knew that Peter was Spider-Man the whole time.
Oh, that okay. Sorry, you cut out for a second there as soon as you said and he knew or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I thought you meant like we know that he's been an asshole the entire time.
Yeah. No, like he knew Peter was Spider-Man as soon as he saw the suit, but he just lied about thinking that Peter was his
suit crafter, as he said.
Yeah.
Which I like that. I like that was like a twist that normally, the doting like scientist, father figure, an idiot when it comes to these things. But Otto's like, okay, you're Spider-Man, but I'm gonna give you an excuse because clearly you need.
Yeah, but then like he's like, then you open the thing and he's like, okay, there is no Icarus.
It's
like you think there's a thing called Icarus, but there isn't.
It's and like, then, are you kidding me? Martin Lee's powerful enough to take down the building all on his.
Yeah, but then you jump out because it's a bomb, and then Vulture kidnaps you, and you fight Vulture and Electro. Which this is the downside is that both big boss battles with the majority of the Sinister Six are done in twos, like the boss battles.
Yeah, the Sinister with Rhino, Scorpion, Electro, and Vulture, they're given duo fights.
The boss battles are one of the weakest parts of the game, I'd say.
Yeah, because a lot of them are just kind of the same, where it's dodge, 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 web up, punch.
Yeah, they need to improve it for...
Like, Rhino, I think, is the only one that's any different, because you actually have to, stun him first before you can fight him.
But, what's funny is that in the Electro boss fight, I love the thing... Well, I love when Vulture comes up and Peter's like, yo, Spider-Man, and then Vulture's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then Electro comes back and he's like, Spider-Man, I must break you. And I love that because it's like, I want to see battles with them where they just throw jokes at each other all the time.
I love it whenever the hero has banter and the villain banters back. Yeah, I get that reference.
Especially because Electro is voiced by Josh Keaton, so...
Yeah, it works even better. And I just love the idea that, despite being old enough to have clearly, been able to see the Rocky movies, he doesn't care about movies, so he just doesn't get the reference.
Yeah.
He's not a nerd.
Yeah. But, next, so after you beat them, you fall asleep for a bit, and you go try to find what Scorpion's doing, and then Scorpion poisons you, and you get the weird dream sequence thing for a while.
Yeah,
which I thought was cool,
we get the Scarecrow section.
I thought it was cool, but it went on for a bit too long.
Yeah. And also, it's just a Scarecrow sequence from Asylum.
Yeah, and just the point where Peter's blaming himself for Otto and the madness and stuff.
Yeah. And then Scorpion, fake mind Scorpion calls him on his phone. Am I real, or is it the poison killing your veins?
And then the giant scorpion tails coming out of the lake of poison.
Yeah, which I will say, we mentioned designs earlier. I didn't mention it before. I fucking love Scorpion's designs.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's like
this
the
is my
perfect
favorite
suit. I need that suit in live action.
It aside from Ultimate, this is the best Scorpion has ever looked.
Yeah. But I love the part where Peter's like, giant scorpion tails. Lovely. Thanks, brain. I'm like,
right.
But
so if you die in your brain, you die for real, I guess.
I don't know, but basically Peter kills himself, then he goes to check on May, and
you said he kills himself.
No, cures himself.
There you go.
That's how the game ends. Peter just can't take it anymore, and he just jumps off the ledge and doesn't swing. Oh wait, there's no fall damage. There's no fall damage. I forgot.
Damn it.
But he goes to check on May, and May's clearly sick, but for some reason he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But
I'll chalk it up to he's way too focused on everything else going.
Yeah, and Miles is off trying to get medicine.
He's getting antibiotics or something, right?
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, go into this war zone, child, and get some medicine. Yeah. Don't take anyone else with you.
Yeah, although to be fair, I'm pretty sure he went on May told him to go, but he did it anyway.
Yeah. But
so It's at least a bit more reasonable than, May sent this 14-year-old child to his doom.
Yeah. But then you have to play as him one last time,
Yeah.
avoiding Rhino,
Yeah,
which is dumb.
Although, I was, it's probably my favorite of the stealth sections because at least shit happens.
He hacks stuff, which is, kind of interesting, but...
It's definitely more interesting a mechanic than MJ's. I throw a thing and it makes noise.
Yeah.
And plus, I do find it fun, like, trying to, like, avoid Rhino stuff.
Yeah. But then he gets out and fights some very badly rendered thugs.
Right,
not very good. Their face models looked like PS3. It was not good.
Like I understand these generic that you're supposed to run into in the city, but like for this one cutscene, they could have done a bit. They could have changed it a little bit.
Yeah, but then basically he goes back, and then you go to fight Scorpion and Rhino, and then they just get mad at each other and fight each other pretty much. Then MJ's like, okay, I'm gonna go expose BRB. And Peter's like, okay, I'll be good this time and wait for you, my queen. So then you sneak into Osborn's flat with the stun gun, which is cool. Then this is where we find out the big shit. We find out that Harry is not in Europe.
No.
He has a neurological disease that's killing him. And it's the same one that killed his mom.
Yeah. And I think it might be implied to be the same one that's like fucking up Doc Ock.
I think so, but I'm not entirely sure.
It's at the very least, it is a very similar disease.
Yeah.
That is a fact. It's the same kind of disease, but I think for Harry and his mom, it's fatal.
Yeah.
Will just be trapped in a useless body for the rest of
his life. I like this interpretation of Harry because he wasn't a party boy. Well, I mean, he did imply that he did party, but he was studying to be like an environmental lawyer, like his mom.
Yeah. Yeah, like the party thing it's kind of like a Bruce Wayne thing where like the party boy was for show.
Which I like because it's like, this is a cool interpretation of Harry.
Yeah.
Which I hope we get him in the main sequel when he's Venom or Goblin or whatever the hell he's gonna be. But
I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
But his letter to Peter and MJ is really just heart-wrenching. And then we hear the audio log from Norman where we find out this whole thing with GR27, he was doing it to save Harry.
Yep.
And like, Norman's still kind of a shitty person.
Oh, he's still a total scumbag,
but he genuinely, I love that they actually make him genuinely love Harry.
Yeah, no, this is not like an act or being like, oh, the cure for my son's an excuse. I actually want to make a bioweapon. Oh, he genuinely loves Harry.
And that's why I love this game, because there's so many layers to everything.
Yeah, like in every other version of these characters, Norman could not give less of a fuck about Harry's existence. But in here, he's like crying his state.
Like, he does all of this to save Harry, and Norman will probably lose his mind soon when he becomes like.
Oh yeah, no, of course he's gonna become Goblin. Like
as this section implies, when we get the helmet that shows the glider thing in the corner and the pumpkin bombs.
Yeah, and yeah.
But then we find out that somehow Norman and Otto will create a Mr. Negative. Don't know how, but that's how it is.
Like I said, I'm just going to assume that he's like a mutant or something, and whatever they did unlocked his powers.
Yeah. But
because that's usually how it goes in Marvel,
Yeah.
Kid is like sick or dying, they go through a traumatic thing, boom, superpowers.
Yeah. But basically you sneak out and you jump off the building, then Peter catches you. Then Peter finds out the truth about everything about Harry.
And then the relationship drama finally comes to an end.
Thank God. Now let's get to the main story again. So
let's get to the good shit.
Peter goes to the biolab where the for the anti-serum is being created. And somehow they kidnap Norman because Sable's people. Well, no, Norman said he's going. And I mean, yeah, I don't know. Both are incompetent as fuck. But Norman gets captured along with Morgan Michaels. And then Sable's like, "What the fuck are you doing, Peter?" Or Spider-Man, whatever. And Peter's just
I'm
like
not a character.
Yeah, Peter just immediately makes her like him.
Yeah, just with
Weirdly so, because they imply several times there's like a weird crush on him, especially in the DLC.
Yeah, the DLC definitely goes into like Sable has some kind of crush on you.
Like when she high fives, like it's interesting, but it's like I don't know. Like
It's trying to make me care about Silver Sable, and I appreciate it, but I don't.
It's like it just reminds me of the comic where it's like now I will have lunch with my many girlfriends.
And then Jameson and the Craven vest will pop in and ask for pictures.
Anyway, so you fight.
That comic is the best. I love it.
It's amazing. But so you fight Mr. Negative again. You find out more about and how he like was trying so hard to be good but couldn't because he was just so fucking angry.
Yeah.
But I like this fight against him, especially with the giant monster thing.
Yeah, this was a fun, like, this was fun. I like that.
Then Otto just comes in and he's like, okay, nope, fuck you. And
yeah, they just bitch slap both of you.
He just destroys the fuck out of Peter. Like
whatever bones he had left are gone.
He just kidnaps Norman and also he hates Norman because Norman just stole pretty much everything from him and took everything from him.
Yeah, because after the Mr. Negative incident, Otto was like, I'm done, I'm out. I can't be connected to this. And Norman's like, well, fine then, I'm taking the...
Yeah, he gave Otto nothing. Like, he got a settlement, but then just got grants from the city.
Yeah, yeah, like, he lost, like, all his shares. He has nothing.
Yeah, but basically, then Silver, Sable, and Morgan take you to Feast, and they do surgery on you, and then you still fucking... I love it when Morgan is like, okay, he'll be fine, but he needs rest, and then Peter just immediately gets up, and you're like,
as soon as they leave the room, he's just like...
He's like, where's Octavius? And then he's like, where's Aunt May? And then we see Aunt May on the deathbed, and we're like, okay, she's gonna survive, right?
Like, okay, don't worry. We just need that extra motivation, you know.
Yeah. So, and then the spider comes down and bites. And the spider comes down and bites Miles, which this should have happened in the sequel, but whatever.
We got. Look, Miles is popular now. Okay, yeah. we gotta put him in.
But then you go to the final mission where you make the really cool anti-ox suit.
Love it. It's so cool. It's just the advanced suit with black and yellow and armored, but I don't care. It looks awesome.
It's so cool. But then you go to fight.
I love the noise it makes when you put the web shooter on. It's like,
and when the eyes move too, it's the same as the arms. It's very clicky.
Yeah, it's made of the same materials. Sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's called the anti-ox suit. Obviously, so Otto takes Norman to Oscorp and he's like, I'm gonna fucking drop you, but tell the world what you did.
Yeah, and then let me live stream this. I have 6 followers on
Twitch. Just like my idol, Aunt May. Oh god. But
Aunt May would totally stream cooking videos or something.
She would. She'd do a mukbang, probably.
Once Peter shows her how to do it, she would totally make a cooking series.
You know she would. But
I'd watch it. Basically,
Norman's just too prideful to admit what he did. So Otto just drops him anyway.
Yeah, he sounds like he's gonna admit it, and then he just calls Otto a coward and a loser.
And then Otto just drops him.
Otto's crying under the goggles.
Yeah.
His lips are shaking because he's so upset.
Yeah. And then Peter saves Norman, and Norman just smirks, and he's like, well, time to go. That was not Saturday. They keep quoting the fucking fandom. I'm sorry, everybody, but...
No, it's fine. It's a good fandom.
Yeah.
Trust me, if I remembered it, I would totally be doing the same. It's been so long since I watched it.
Yeah, we gotta watch it together at some point. Even if it's just on our own, we have to.
Agreed.
But anyway, so you fight Otto, and I really like this boss battle, actually.
It's the best one.
Yeah. But like then you find out that I love the moment where I love this entire ending, by the way.
Oh, it's great. Like Otto breaks the mask and Peter like tries to hide his face at first, but Otto just makes it clear he's no.
And then like Peter's mad when he says you knew. And people are like, why is he mad? It's like, because Otto did all the shit while Peter was Spider-Man and knew what he was doing, trying to stop this. Yeah. And like, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
But
also, like, I feel like Otto knows May. Like, there's no way that they have.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a bit of like you did this knowing you'd put her in danger too, kind of.
Yeah. Also, I love the moment where it's like, I was like, I won't let you win. This is too much to me. Then Peter jumps off and he's like, not more than it means to me. And then they do the amazing.
He breaks one of the arms.
And they break the tower and fall on the side of the building and fight. Yeah, and I love that you fight on the side of the building. It's so cinematic.
Yeah, you just beat the shit out of him.
And Peter is like, fuck you. I gave up everything for you. I gave up my entire life for you to help you.
You were my hero. Like, what happened to you?
And you feel the anger and sadness. Peter literally did give everything up. He gave up working a steady job at Oscorp for Otto.
Right?
Because he believed in him.
By now, he would, if he stayed with Oscorp, he'd have like a steady job with a financial income. He'd be able to have a house.
And like, he did it because he believed in Otto, and Otto because of a petty hatred.
Like, instead of paying rent, he'd be paying mortgage.
Yeah.
And he'd be paying it off.
Like, and Otto, and this is the part where I'm just like, this is like when Otto fucking stabs him in the shoulder, and then Peter just pushes it in even deeper to like turn off the neural interface thing.
He's gotta pull him in closer so he can grab it and yank it out.
It's like Peter, you should have like a hole with a 6-inch diameter in your shoulder. It should not just be like a puncture wound. It's
it went through to the other side. Like,
it should be like a shotgun blast to your shoulder. But no,
that arm is dead.
But
it's fine because Spider-Man, he heals quick.
Also, the final scene between Peter and Otto. Ugh, God, it hurts.
I just want to say, before we get into that, I just want to say I really, really appreciate the nice touch that during the fight, like Peter, initially he succeeds in ripping off what he thinks is the interface, but it's just the cover.
Oh, I love that, yeah.
It's such a nice touch because in every other versions of these kinds of fights, the hero just gets it on the first try. But in this one, the villain thought ahead and put like a cover on.
Yeah, he just put a lens cap on it, like.
It's literally just a lens cap, and it's best. And you can even see like the schematic for like the whiteboard too.
Oh God, I love that.
Yeah, but, you see like a drawing of Otto's head, and then neural interface with like an arrow to that, and then the cover with an arrow to that.
Yeah,
it's the best. Okay, now to the actual scene.
When Otto's like, "You were a son to me, and you turned on me," and Peter's like, "You fucking turned on me!" Like,
you did this.
I didn't do shit. Nobody made you do this except you.
Yeah, you.
And like, also, I love the parallel where it's like Otto sounds like Uncle Ben at first when talking about responsibility.
Yeah,
but
like
then he
starts out being like the inspiration. Like he sounds like he totally just sounds like Uncle Ben.
But then he's like, we have to do what's best for those beneath us, and it's like Peter's like, no, you're not gonna fucking disgrace that sentiment for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like we had with great power comes great responsibility to guide those lesser than we are.
And then like Otto tries to act like he's actually fine now. He's like, yeah, you're right. And then he like begs Peter to help him. And he does it because he knows that like if Peter puts him away, then he'll get his arms taken.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because it's like Otto brings up that Peter promised he'd never abandon him.
And then Peter just walks away and Otto just keeps screaming his name.
It hurts so much. And then
okay, I'm getting the tissues.
Aunt May dies.
And it's super fucking sad.
I didn't think they'd do it. I genuinely did not think they would do it.
No, this is Marvel. They don't got the balls to kill off Aunt May for good.
They had the guts to do what the comics wouldn't do. Like,
which is let Peter move on from Aunt May.
And I just love the part so much where she's like, take off the mask. I want to see my nephew.
Yeah, and like she's known for like years.
And she's like, I did worry, but I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
And Ben would be too. It's just such a nice Peter got to have that before she died.
Yeah. And then there's like that moment where like he has the cure, but you know, if he gives it to her, there's not going to be enough for everyone else. And he's like so tempted to like stick it into her IV and save her, but he stops himself and puts it.
Because he can't. Like,
yeah, no, that's not the thing to do.
It's ironic because Uncle Ben died of irresponsibility. Aunt May died because of responsibility.
Yeah, like that's. This game is just one big fuck you to one day. I love it.
Yeah, but basically everybody gets the cure. And they have the funeral for Aunt May. Otto gets sent to prison. Yeah. Peter and MJ are like, okay, we'll kiss now.
Yeah, we're back together. The relationship drama's over.
Then first post-credit scene is Miles now his powers, woohoo. And the second one is Norman going to the
back to the lab that MJ found.
Back to the lab again, you know. And then we see Harry in the fucking tank with green stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, Goblin. But then you look and you see black stuff, and you're like, no fucking way.
Yeah, and then Norman puts his hand up to the glass and like, I love you, son. With his lips are fucking quivering because he's just. And then the symbiote, the goo, presses up against it on the glass, and it's.
I just don't know where they're gonna go with it, but we'll see.
Same, like I'm excited. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, we are almost at 3 hours again. God.
The agenda was supposed to prevent this.
But okay, real quick, wrapping up. What do you think about the game overall, and what are like the highs and the lows? Like,
okay, highs, like basic gameplay is just great. Like I love web swinging is fine. It could be a bit faster, I think, because over the course of the game you're slowly leveling up swing, but it never feels like to me. Yeah. But anyway, that could be a bit different. Yeah, the combat's great. I love most of the gadgets. Like they're fun. They're like the only one that really just feels out of place is like the gravity one that like sends people up in the air. Yeah, that one was a little bit weird. Yeah, like all the others I can at least buy Spider-Man using and stuff, but the shoot a little tiny thingy on the ground and boom, everyone gets sent full in the air and hover there for like a minute. That's too much. Yeah. But yeah, and then there's really the lowest like gameplay in terms of gameplay is the fights aside from Doc Ock. Like they're just kind of meh. I'd say like the lows are like the boss fights.
Story-wise, the relationship between Peter and MJ is kind of weak.
Yeah, I've made it clear times I don't care for this version of MJ that much, mainly because she's just Lois Lane.
Yeah, and I get why they made her a journalist active in the story, but like
even like personality-wise, I see more Lane than MJ half the time.
Yeah, just I don't know.
Like, I think that what makes it different is that Lois is totally cool with being saved by Superman all the time, and then here MJ fucking dies.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's weird because it's kind of weird because I feel like Zendaya's MJ is a bit closer to like MJ than this MJ is.
And she's super different.
Yeah. Like
this one's just I'm sorry.
Like can we get an adaptation of MJ that like actually has her be like MJ?
No, not allowed.
No, we can only do.
This is Marvel Comics.
We had Raimi MJ, so we had Raimi MJ.
Comics. You think we respect Mary Jane? Have you read a Spider-Man past decade?
We only acknowledge that Raimi MJ exists and she was bad, so we'll go to the very opposite extreme, which is just as bad. She's not as bad as Raimi MJ, but like,
oh hell no, she's miles better. Like I make the Lois Lane comparison. She's not like a horrible character. She's just got some dumb moments.
Yeah.
Raimi MJ just.
Yeah. I don't know.
Except in the first movie. In that one, she's actually feels almost MJ.
In the first movie, she's good. I like her. But
yeah. And then 2 and 3, she's bleh.
So, okay, real quickly, what improvements? What do you want to see from Spider-Man Miles Morales after this game?
All right, better boss fights, better web swinging. As I mentioned, I feel like it could definitely be faster. Definitely needs good stealth sections if they're going to be there, because the stealth in this game is not good.
Oh, we forgot to mention, the stealth in this game is not good.
Yeah, because there's nothing to mention, because it's it doesn't matter, because 90% of the time, whenever you want to use it, at some point or another, someone hits you no matter what. So you gotta fight.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
Much.
That's stupid. Want to do this stealthy? Have to waste my health. Let me do this the way I want.
Yeah. I hope. Yeah, I hope for pretty much all that stuff. But okay. Last thing before we end this. Do you think this is the best Spider-Man game?
I would say yes. Yes, I would say this is the best one.
Technically, yes, but it's hard to tell if it's my favorite one.
Yeah, that is fair. I need to replay Ultimate Spider-Man point to really get a gauge of how I rank it.
Yeah.
Because Ultimate is kind of like my goal at this point. So I need.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I played that one, which I played I don't know, a month ago.
Yeah. But okay. Another thing. Do you think that this is the best superhero game?
Maybe.
Because I know a lot of people will mention Arkham City, but I'm like, I kind of find the Arkham games kind of boring.
I like Asylum and City. Origins is fine.
Arkham Knight just has a terrible story.
Arkham Knight sucks. It's bad.
You can tell Rocksteady did not want to make Batman.
No, you could tell they didn't want to make it anymore, and they had no to do, because in City they set up Scarecrow as the next big bad, and then when they get to writing Arkham Knight, they're like, how the fuck do we write Scarecrow as a big bad, especially our Scarecrow?
Yeah.
And then they made him a guy who will be screen and tells a bunch of psychos and cops that he's gonna rule the city with fear, and I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. It's
Like, if the city wasn't evacuated overnight, I might have given a shit about innocent people, but like, aside from some firefighters, I don't care about these people.
wondering how the Suicide Squad game is gonna be. Wish we could just get a game about Superman first, but nope.
Or Wonder Woman,
Or Flash.
or
Revive the dead Bottle Rocket game, please.
something. Don't make it a Flashpoint game. I see what you're doing, DC. Don't do it.
Okay, we gotta stop. We are 5 minutes.
Okay, but put that movie script down.
We are getting Flashpoint, and it is inevitable. Okay, we are 5 minutes away from this being 3 hours, so we gotta end this now. We are very sorry to James for what this is gonna do to
past
him.
Like 3 episodes.
Next one will be shorter, we promise.
Yeah, no, we really got to work on shortening these again.
Yeah,
we're getting kind of bad when it comes to rambling in particular.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm tired. Okay.
You're Alec. You're one of the hosts.
Yeah. You can follow me at @_the_smart_Alec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. I'm the other host. You can follow me at Redo Reviews or EMDRLR on Twitter.
If you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go to @LTE_podcast. If you follow On Comics Ground, you can follow On Comics Ground on Twitter at On Comics Ground. And if you go to our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. Sorry, I'm tired. Okay.
No, it's okay. It's 11:11 p.m.
Okay. Once again, thank you guys so much for listening. We will catch you all in the next web. Bye.
Bye. You said it to join.
Shit. Okay, for real this time, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. I'm sorry, I'm typing it out.